Yeah. Yehuda Shalom. Yeah, we in the booth late night, man. Let's go. Me and my little Aki Bodan. Let's give it to y'all. Yeah, going up and down on Jacob's ladder, going to the kingdom if I be letters. Justified not just by my works, it's faith involved, kinda how that works. A few good deeds that never hurts, and when I speak the script, some of the devil's curse. A man on a mission with heaven's worth to try to save every soul in the universe. Well, whoever will listen, I'm speaking for those that live in the trenches and sleeping on benches, jumping the fences, digging their grave every day by the inches. Every minute they deep in they sinning. I see them sinking, they close to the finish. Father, forgive them, the bottom's the ending. What are you thinking? Look, gotta switch it up, time to take the knee. Give it all up, it's vanity. We in the last days, not even halfway through the plagues that he say this time of sea. Yahushua cracking the cloud, great tribulation about to go down. The horns of the trumpet is blowing the sound. So much commotion is stirring the crowds. The reason I'm here is to live for truth. The evidence of him remain for proof. The stuff that he spoke just for us to do. The things we neglect when lust pursue. The things that our flesh would love to do. Gotta see it from a spiritual point of view. Gotta keep it slow, have faith in Yahushua, and the rest will come to you.
Yeah, my heart is singing, my wrist is flinging, my tassels swinging. I got that holy sword on me, that rock is where I'm leaning. I let my light keep shining, look how that sparkle gleaming. Got all this knowledge up on me, ready to stop the scheming. And when I do it all for Yahweh, I show out. That boy Bodan feel that spirit, and then he show out. Run up the score on this evil, call that a blowout. Cage up this lion and you gon' catch what Bo bout. Look, end times coming up, stay focused. Prophecy fulfilled, stay woke. And if you miss it, get to them scriptures, repent. Get humble or you can stay broken. Trumpets on high, they blowing. Too many people wanna rape for the one. Too many people wanna fake, but they really wanna play. Gonna really wanna rape for the torment. Never said that it'd be easy. Now that's never how it go. You gotta be brought through the trial, be brought through the fire, be turned into gold. Pray that I don't make me fold. I'm my biggest enemy. Can't keep me surrounded by crabs in a bucket. Nobody that's stopping my enemy. Who walk up into me? Finding my place in your life. You know I'm my name, but when I die, please hold on my name like a vice. No darkness is only the light. So you need to go pick a side. Be righteous or follow your flesh and go burn in the lake. Turn away and decide. There it go.
We give him blessings, honor, glory, and power be to him that sits upon the throne and to the Lamb forever and ever. You know, all praises to the Heavenly Father, man. We got a discussion today. Today we got another open discussion, and the discussion is: God did not forbid prostitution? Man, I beg to differ. This is a thing that somebody has brought to my attention, that this is what they're thinking. And if you ask me, conversations like this shows you a character playing the devil's advocate sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not the only, this ain't the only person that probably thinks this way. There's a lot of people that think these ways. In other words, I know that he's not alone in this wicked world. It's a world full of misconstrued concepts. And these misconstrued concepts is running rampant because there isn't any type of checking or any kind of system that's been set up to address somebody and their crazy thoughts. You see, before the internet, wild thoughts and crazy ideas was usually confined within that in particular person's social structure. And that social structure probably, you know, it varied in size of circles, but nevertheless, it wasn't reaching up into the hundreds. These people usually, unless they was a leader of a cult or leader of a church, usually a person that had wild ideas, those ideas was usually confined within their close quarters. But today we in a new day, my people. Shalom out there, shalom. Today we in a new day, my people, where things is now a little bit different, where we got wild ideas running rampant and being actually presented to people on a large scale. Because now we got a system to where any and everybody has a voice to be heard. And some of these people are developing followings and people that subscribes to the crazy and strange ideas that some people come across with. And it seems harmless. It seems like it's just a pastime, innocent pastime on social media. But it's not. Because if we look in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, let's get it. Can y'all see my screen? Probably not. I'm going to get that Deuteronomy, chapter 30. We'll start at 6. We'll start at 6. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go right here, start at 15. See, I've set before you this day life and good, and death and evil. And we see that happening right now. You got this computer sitting inside your hand that has the access. You hold the keys now to hell. You own the keys now to your salvation. Just sitting here with this cell phone in your hand. A lot of people is going to hell using this thing. A lot of people is getting a recharge of a psychotic, delusional way of thinking. People are getting a recharge of that using the cell phone, man. He says, see, I have set before you this day life and death, good and evil. And that I command you this day to love the Lord your God, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that you may live and multiply. And the Lord your God shall bless you in all the land which you go to possess it. You don't think that it's a coincidence that you think that it's a coincidence? I mean, you think that it's a coincidence and it's not a straight perfect design plan of God, that not only do you have access to all the knowledge that you can actually imagine, but at the same time, while you have the knowledge of all these things, you have access to all the knowledge, God is actually calling his people to keep the covenant or perish. You don't have no excuse now. Before you had access to all the knowledge, a person could say, man, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't believe that. And we'll move on. But now today, we can answer every question if you actually do the research. You can get a question to all you can get an answer to all your questionable doubts. You know, and for the things that, for the artifacts or whatever, say a person is looking for artifacts and things of these sorts that is no longer able to be found, you can still find the logical explanation for the lack of these artifacts. You get what I'm saying? So it's very prominent. Excuse me. It's very prominent that we actually pay attention to what is actually going on around you and do not live in the state of oblivion, which is either not being aware or not being concerned with what's going on around you. That's not a way of thinking. That's ignorant. So we had this dude, and we waiting for the brother 10 Commandments to show up, and he'll be here. He said in 4 minutes. So while we waiting, for that, I'm gonna go ahead and
Christians even thought of it.
hold on.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and handle something with this concept that when we say, is it forbidden? Well, the dude is completely wrong. Why would first off, it's kind of like, why would whores and prostitutes or whatever being utilized as one of the negative characters even in the book of Revelation? Did he forget that? That's why I put on the title screen, I put that up there, man, on the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Just to be a constant reminder. That's probably why he ain't going to be showing up, because it is like, it's pretty much obvious and clear and concise that there is no commandment in the Bible where it leaves the opening for the prostitution that is running rampant in our communities. If we look, we have prostitution being done now with not only adults but now underage females is partaking in prostitution. And man, and that stuff, man, that's a disheartening thing to know that's transpiring amongst your people. Sex trafficking and pimping and shit like that, man. It's fucking, you know what I mean? Excuse my language, but man, that's messed up, man. So when somebody tries to get on some tip, try to say that they believe in the Bible, but at the same time they don't believe that God has condemned prostitution. That right there, man, is a problem. Because, like Nelly Fuller says, when the things that somebody tries to legalize, you should ask them, is this going to be an improvement or not? And, when you look at it, women selling their bodies is not an improvement. Men buying women is not an improvement. A lot of people, I'm not saying everybody that buys prostitution, that partakes in prostitution does these deeds, but some people are even married and they still partake in prostitution. And that's a number one way on how to contract a sexually transmitted demon. And people bring those things home to their family. It could be a disease that's passed through the saliva. Man got something wrong with him, and now his wife got it, and she transmits it to the kids somehow. All because of prostitution. All because of this married man that didn't have any gain, because he ain't supposed to have any gain. He ain't supposed to have any gain. Now it's still getting laid. He ain't supposed to have any gain because he's not supposed to be getting laid at that age. Not I'm not saying laid, I'm talking about getting laid is you out there sleeping around with women. I'm not talking about having, you know what I mean, a real relationship with your, you know, your co-inhabitant. I'm talking about just getting laid, man, sleeping around, man, being a whoremonger. Shalom there, brother. You got the brother I am.
Uh-oh. He showed up.
I'm gonna call you I am, brother. I'm just gonna call you 10 Commandments, man. Your name, like, cause you need to keep those 10 Commandments. You need to keep that name too.
Con.
And live up to it.
Commandments.
Yeah,
but I just wanted to let you know that. And of course, I'm gonna show up. Why wouldn't I show up?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, you late. It's cool though.
Why wouldn't I show up? I mean, I work, man. I do work, man. I do work now.
That's right. All right. Ain't nobody tripping.
I'm not on AEC or welfare food stamps.
Okay.
But I ain't condemning people for doing that. But I'm saying I got to work sometime. But yeah, we here. So look, what you want to talk about? That way.
Hey, we talking about this prostitution, man. We got to first cover this. This is not a beneficial thing that should be happening in our community, right?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna come from a beneficial aspect from it at this point. I'm saying not a sin. That's man has came over with the ideology that it's a sin.
Well, it's a misstep. You know, the word sin means to misstep, and that's a misstep. You know what I mean? You're not actually making a calculated move that's going to be beneficial. It's going to yield negative results.
If it yields
to prostitution in your land.
Well, that's not the issue. Is not whether it's yielding a negative result at this point with me. I'm just simply trying to deal with the point that somebody has formulated the ideology, or some group of men that came together and said, you know what, this is a crime. This is a sin. You go to jail if you get caught doing that, and I'm saying that's wrong. They shouldn't. That's wrong. I'm not saying people should do prostitution, but if they do, they shouldn't be criminalized for it, especially if it's consensual. Specifically, if it's consensual.
It shouldn't be allowed because, like it says, it causes wickedness in your land. Prostitution itself.
That's right.
Prostitution does not cause wickedness because it's a business. It's a contract that you're doing, and somebody's doing something and you're getting paid for it.
No, hold on. What do you mean it doesn't cause wickedness? Because look,
it don't.
Check this out. If say if a dude's married, right, and there's whores running around, and you know he leaves the house, and then he goes and gets a prostitute, didn't he just commit fornication? Because that whore was around?
According to religion, he committed a fornication, but it ain't because the whore was around.
No, I'm talking about according,
because that's what he
wanted.
wanted.
Not according to religion, according to what it is. Is it fornication or not? When a man that is married goes and sleeps with another woman.
I'm saying that, but that's what man has created that word, that term, and called it fornication.
Man, see,
God
come on, man. You gonna have to.
When
we hold these discussions, man, you gonna have to. You believe in the word. You believe that the word is true, right?
I believe that man thinks his words are true, and man.
So the word ain't true now. Man.
I didn't say that. I'm saying man believes his words are true.
Do you believe that the word is true?
Some things in the Bible is true, yeah.
Okay, so when it says in the Bible that the land will be defiled because of if you prostitute your daughter or your son is a sodomite, you know what I mean? Do you believe that?
Well, like when talking to Battle Wags, I said grown people who consent to a prostitute, that's not wrong. That's wrong. Now, of course, you got little babies. I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should prostitute your little children.
So is it right? Let me ask you a question. Is it right for a man to sleep
with a prostitute when he's married?
If it's consensual, yeah.
What
Make
you mean
it-
if it's consensual? No, if his woman did not allow him to sleep with a prostitute, he went behind her back and slept with this prostitute. Is that
Okay,
right?
sleeping with the prostitute is not the issue. It's his dishonesty with his wife. That's the problem.
What if he caught an STD and then he passed it on to his wife?
No, hey, hold on. He already admitted it's sin. So no matter what you're saying, that still defiled the land.
No,
Whether it's the man's fault or not.
No, that's not the
Because
thing.
of that prostitute was there selling herself.
But he's not acknowledging sin.
No, that's not the issue. The issue is not.
No, you're not acknowledging sin, though.
Hold on. The issue is
You need to
the
understand.
issue is this is what I'm saying. The issue is not the prostitute.
It's still not.
Y'all trying to make it seem like. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to you. You saying the prostitute is the problem? No, it was his lack of commitment to his wife is the problem, not the prostitute.
No, if the prostitute wasn't there, he wouldn't have a lack of commitment. He'll have his wife. He wouldn't be get paid for no prostitute if their prostitute wasn't there.
Now we're going on what we were talking about yesterday. You trying to blame the problem on the women again. That the prostitute ain't the problem, man.
The act itself.
Okay. Let's do this. Forget a married man. Say a single man sleeps with a prostitute. Now, where's the so-called sin at now? Where's the sin at?
He needs to be fruitful and he needs to multiply. So he needs to be prosperous, and being prosperous is not having kids and not raising it. There is no prosperity in that, neither for the child or you.
And the scripture says,
okay.
And then you ain't multiplying because you're doing, you're making kids, but you're not raising them. So that's not multiplying anything that you're not actually tending to or actually even like have any access to. You can't.
It's not a crime. It's not a crime not to multiply. You don't have to. It's not a crime or sin not to have children. If you want children, have children. If you don't want,
hey, Battle Axe, can you get Proverbs 23?
But it's bad.
It's not bad. It ain't meant for everybody to have. Everybody don't have children. Evidently, it's not meant to be.
Well, let's look at this Proverbs 23.
There would be a whole lot more children out here
if
it wasn't for abortion. Now, what'd you say? And birth control. What's up?
I think, 26 to 28.
26 and 28?
Yeah, Proverbs 23, 26 through 28.
Oh, okay, Proverbs 23, 26 to 28. My son, give me thy ear, and let thy eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch. What? A prostitute. That's a whore. Is a deep ditch. And a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lies in wait for a prey and increases the transgression. Increases the transgressors among men. So what are you going to try to say?
All right, now you got to look at that scripture. First of all, the person that wrote that probably was sleeping with prostitutes himself.
Man,
even if he was, then he would know it by first hand.
Right.
So he's letting you know that it ain't cool. Right?
Yeah, he let you know it ain't cool after he done had fun doing it.
What?
No, it's not cool. He transgressed.
That's like somebody.
Like, say if he did do it, he transgressed the law, and he most likely got punished for it. Because look at man, the bad things happened in his life. If you're saying that he did it, bad things possibly happened in his life because he did that. He might have got an STD. He might have, got divorced from his wife. Now she's a widow or she's single because of him. He was a fornicator. You know what I mean? Come on now.
See, but the first things people want to try to who's religious, first thing want to try to do is talk about getting sexual transmitted diseases. But you don't necessarily always get sexually transmitted diseases when you see with prostitutes. So I don't understand.
We said might. We didn't say will. We said he might have. Those are the possibilities. Those are the possibilities that come with that.
It's a possibility, but it's also a possibility for you to walk outside and get hit by a baseball bat. But come on.
Come on, dude.
If you at a baseball game it's possible you might get hit by one of the balls that come into the baseball stand or the stadium. So I mean, that's possible. Yeah, a lot of things are possible. That don't mean it's going to happen.
We just said that. What if it happened? Like, if that was happening, that would be something that's bad, that's happening in your community. And the one that legalized this woman to be committing this act is partly responsible, because you could have forbidden it, and it people would have made different choices in their life. But since you and your ideology, let's say that your world is the world that's going to take over and rule over blacks, and your rules is going to be the rules. Prostitution would serve as a problem, and you would be the one responsible, man. You can't say that prostitution isn't bad. It actually says that if you one that cleaves themselves unto a harlot becomes, I mean, if you lay with a harlot, you become one with a harlot, right?
What they got to do if you become one with a harlot? What they got to do with anything? That's not wrong to become one with a harlot.
Then
there's nothing wrong with that.
A harlot is a pitfall. A harlot is a stumbling block. A harlot is a trap.
No, a harlot is not a trap.
A whore is a harlot.
Okay, that's like saying, is gambling a trap? Yeah, if you do it too much. Yeah, if you do it too much.
Drugs is a trap. You start doing drugs just for fun at the party and shit. You keep on partying, you're gonna end up being on drugs. Party or not, you're gonna just party every fucking day. Next thing you know, you just get high every day. Next thing you know, you just some drug addict that's, you know, hanging out with people that do the same shit that you do, which is just chase highs and try to have fun. Partying, still calling it partying. All you're really doing is just getting high on dope. And it's the same shit, man. Like, it's almost like you're untouched from reality, man. See, in the kingdom of God, it says, know you not that your bodies are the members of Hamashiach? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them members of a harlot? God forbid. What? Know you not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body? For two, says he, shall be one flesh. That's why when she has all these sores and these secretions and these burning sensations and these oozings of these fluids and the pus and the stenches.
That's not always like that, though. You describing a situation. You're describing a situation with that's not even like that all the time.
I don't even know. I know this one, man. It has to be at least one of them that does this, man.
Okay, sometimes it happens. Sometimes, but you gotta understand, it's people out here. It's people out here.
Just a horror scene and some very discomfort, man. What are you talking about, man?
Man, you can see it's plenty of prostitutes who do not have any diseases, man. Come on,
man. A sexually transmitted disease got to be bad. What are you talking about, man?
I'm not talking about sexually transmitted disease. I'm talking about prostitution. Now, if you want to talk about sexually transmitted diseases, that's you can do that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm speaking of prostitution, being a prostitute, a consensual prostitute. That's not a crime. It's not a sin. Man has just made that a crime because he's always trying to bully. He's always trying to bully people from heaven, enjoying their life and doing what they want to do, as long as it's consensual. He needs to stop doing that. People need to stop doing that.
That's unregulated behavior, unregulated sexual behavior, which leads to just straight out sex crimes. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Sex crimes?
Yes.
We're talking about prostitution. We're not talking about sex crimes.
Itself leads to sex crimes.
Okay, what do you mean by sex crimes?
Underage prostitution.
No, see, I'm not. See, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with grown.
That's why.
Okay, but okay, hold on. I'm not dealing with that though. Now,
that's why society.
I'm gonna let you talk about that, but I'm not dealing with that.
No, I'm just saying that's why society that's ran by logical adults will say, "Nah, we can't be having that." Like, why are you like? Because that's a practice that is unregulatable. If we turn a blind eye to that,
see, that's the problem. That's the problem. People always trying to regulate stuff. Stop trying to regulate stuff.
If you turn a blind eye to it, then there's no way of managing what's going to happen. You can't allow it. You know, you can't allow.
No. See, this is what it is. I'm dealing with things. I'm dealing with grown people who consent to prostitute, and it's consensual. I'm not dealing with so-called underage people. Okay, that's a whole different subject and different situation.
No, because you're not allowed to just finite all the dynamics. You know what I mean? I'm
not trying to deal with it. I'm not trying to deal with that area. The area we can deal with that, but the point, the subject of what I'm talking about is grown women and grown men who want to prostitute themselves. They got a right to do that, and should no government or should no man or group of men or religion say that they're sinful and try to demean them and make them feel bad because that's what they're doing.
You understand that this book is talking to people that is being trained up to be royal class people, right? You understand that much?
Royal class people buy prostitutes sometime. I'm sure they do. I'm sure. If I'm not mistaken, people do that. Even the richest of the richest and the royalty of the royalty. In fact, royal class people is also man-made. Hold on, royal class people is also man-made too. That's a man-made concept.
Excuse me, they have harems. They don't have to buy prostitutes.
What's the difference, man?
These people become like women that lives in their palaces, and they're living only for them. They're only having sex with them. They're not having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes by with a couple of bucks. Okay,
so you got the wrong concept of a prostitute. Some prostitutes, all they do is sleep with one man.
No.
See, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it, man.
No.
Some prostitutes, that's all they do is sleep with one man. And then and for money, and then when she, I guess, if that goes another different way, or they choose to not be with each other, deal with him no more than she deals with another man. Some women don't just sleep with 50 different men per week or per day or per month.
Man, you're not saying the truth now.
I'm telling the truth.
What you're saying is unrealistic. Okay, like I'm dealing with reality. You keep on trying to deal with like at first, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to break it down and go into one direction and say, well, look, you know, but child trafficking happens out of that. You don't want to go down there. But then
that's not the same thing. Child trafficking and prostitution is not the same thing, though.
You'll flip it around and then make a broad statement like that. But that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, prostitution and child trafficking is not the same thing. Come on, man. It's not even the same thing. Child trafficking, you taking somebody against their will, and maybe even unknowingly, and unknowingly against possibly the parents as well.
But do you know what happens? The child always ends up in, the survivors of child trafficking, they testify that these people was forced to do sex acts, man.
Notice what you're saying. Forced.
And a lot of those people, they didn't pay them, but they did receive payment from whoever the hell was pimping them out.
But we're not talking about the same thing. I said grown women who consent, who consent or choose to be a prostitute. That is not wrong.
Prostitution is bad. And we're gonna and black women shouldn't do it, and they shouldn't raise their daughters to do it. That's what I say. You
We're not talking about race. You're not talking about raising daughters.
You're poison to the people like that. That's poisonous to say that, because it's not a good thing. Think about that. You're talking about someone's daughter.
We're not talking about nobody's daughter right here. You want to put it on that.
All women is somebody's daughter.
Okay, and I said grown woman who consents, or a grown man who wants to be a prostitute, then that's their choice and it's not wrong.
It's still somebody. I know, but imagine if you had a daughter and you said that to her. Would you still keep that philosophy?
Man, y'all always want to ask me about me having a daughter. Listen, man.
You saying
if she's grown, listen, let me tell you something. You want me to answer the question? I'm going to answer the question. Let me answer the question since you want to put it on me.
It's callous.
I'm about to answer the question. Let me answer the question.
It's so insensitive that I be like, I'm like, well, let's see if this dude has like a normal human feelings. So you say, okay, well, you know,
let me answer the question. You gonna let me answer the question, man? I'm ready to answer the question. If I had 20 daughters, hold on, let me answer the question. If I had 20 daughters, right, and they all were grown, if they want to be a prostitute, that's their choice. I'm not gonna condemn them for doing that.
No, wait a minute. So if you have daughters and they turn out to be prostitutes, you don't care.
If I just said if I have grown daughters and they choose to be prostitutes, that's their personal choice. That's on them. I ain't condemning them for it.
Yeah, that's very.
It says you got a choice between.
No, the thing about it is, I would say just do it if you're gonna do it, just make sure you probably do it in a community or a state or country where you're not gonna go to jail for it, because you got to know the consequences of it where you living at. But the consequences.
There's nowhere that allows prostitution, dude.
I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about.
What state in the United States allows prostitution?
No, you said there's nowhere that allows prostitution. There's prostitution going on all over the world.
Here in America, we dealing with where we at.
It's prostitution in America too.
Where is it allowed in America?
I don't know the specifics on exactly where.
No, there is nowhere. That's why.
No, you're wrong.
Okay, you can say
I know.
that.
Okay, I know you're wrong. You're wrong, man.
Okay, for sure.
Ask your mentor right there. Ask him.
Battle Axe, is there anywhere in the United States that is illegal to prostitute?
Look at it, man.
Just type it in your computer.
Unfortunately, with belts.
I don't even know that.
And some other stuff. This is the thing. What happens with prostitutes? They don't just live their life just making dough, and everything's all glamour and glitz and glam, man. It's a bad life. You got people that is psychotic. That has.
Are you sharing something?
No.
Oh, okay.
It has people that are psychotic. What with my screen?
Better X, you always showing the negative side of prostitution. There's a positive side to it.
But that's the stuff that needs to stop. Is bad things.
No,
man.
Better X,
we need to look for the kingdom of the Most High God.
Better X. So you should get rid of guns just because people use guns for bad. That's the same thing. See, that's the problem with people with the guns. They want to get rid of guns, but yet guns do save lives, but it also kill lives too.
That's not secular to the conversation. We do it another day.
No, man. Prostitution and
you want to deal with that? We have a conversation about
prostitution and weapons is the same. It's the same concept. You're trying to throw away prostitution because it makes some people may get killed doing it or whatever, and that's like saying get rid of all weapons and all guns because some people get killed by them. No, don't do that. It's not a bad. You're out of balance now when you do stuff like that. If it
ain't bad, then why do people go to jail for it? People go to jail for prostitution because certain governments and certain men make it a law against it. They're trying to be God. No, so
they're trying to act like they're trying to act like they're
according to Romans chapter 13, aren't these nations that's ruling ordained by God?
No, Malak.
No, hold on. Let me get it then. Since you said
no. You can. Your scripture don't mean that's true. That's something that a man wrote, so you can think that God ordained what he's doing. But the
Don't do
same nation
this.
that you're trying to say that's ordained by God is the same nation that you said is okay to be a homosexual and marry men can marry men and women can marry women. So don't put your foot in your mouth, Agmalak.
No, I ain't putting my foot in my mouth.
Yes,
I
you
ain't putting
are.
my
You're
foot
about to
in
do
my
it
mouth.
now. You're about to go to
No, I'm not.
Romans 13 and try to justify the saying that you supposed to
No, I'm saying their judgments that they have
uh-huh.
for prostitution is ordained by God. That
Okay, what
judgment
about so what
made.
about this? The same country that you're talking about or nation you're talking about also condones lesbianisms marrying one another
No,
and
I didn't say
homosexuals marrying one
condone. I'm saying there's a law against
another. And
prostitution.
it's a law that you can get married as a lesbian as
No,
a
is there a
homosexual.
law against it? I'm
Is
saying there's a law against
Are you
prostitution
paying
because
attention, Mark Malak? The same people that you're trying to say is going against saying there's a law against prostitution is the same ones that saying, okay, but there's no law against being a homosexual getting married. So what's your point?
no, just because they don't got a law, I mean a judgment against that, don't make that wrong.
Uh,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
man.
Okay, man.
Prostitution is bad. Grown ups are not, because even though you're like, okay, well, they're consensual. Well,
You're not wrong.
where it opens up the door for people to take advantage of that, because it's a way that people can try to cut corners and make money. You know, it leads to pimping and pandering. Like prostitution leads to pimping and pandering. Pimping and pandering leads to sex trafficking. Period, man.
No, I mean it can, but
and no,
I agree with you, but no one's disagreeing with that. No one necessarily no one is
effects, man, that comes from
nah.
certain acts. That's why God says, he says, don't allow your daughters to be prostitutes. He said, because the land will get full of
but you know what's that?
Full of wickedness.
Okay, I know you want to preach, and I don't want to really stop you from preaching, but
Come on, man, you don't interrupt the man in the midst
hold on,
of
but
his speech.
slave trafficking is a result of somebody. Hold on,
he was implying that there's ripple effects, man. So you gotta realize that you know it's not, there's nothing good to come of that, man.
And we see the ripple effect today. It's not like this is all being made up. We see the results of this prostitution. What are you talking about?
First of all, I'm not even dealing with what y'all dealing with. I'm saying I'm coming from the perspective that grown women got a right to prostitute if they want to, and should no men or group of men or no system tell them that they can't do that if that's what they want to do.
No,
if they
but
grown,
does not prostitution show a negative outcome?
Not all the time. Just like the school systems, do it always show a positive outcome?
Yes or no question.
I'm trying to. Just let me answer the question, man. The school systems don't always put out educated or knowledge or intelligent students, but hey, you still got the school systems going, so you can do that on pretty much anything. Everything's not gonna produce a good result. All apple trees don't produce good fruit. Some of them is rotten apples. Come on, man. That's just how it is.
What are you talking about?
So, come on, man. Listen, man. What you're doing is you're irrationalizing and you're proselytizing. You know that, right?
I mean, if I'm doing that, you're doing it too, though.
No, I'm not. I'm not being irrational. We're just keeping it real. We're telling the truth. While you're trying to argue from a perspective saying like that it shouldn't be bad, but it is. It sometimes it doesn't yield bad results, but it does. You are
playing football. Playing football sometimes build bad results too, because sometimes you get hurt. Sometimes you get hurt playing football. Sometimes you don't. It just depends. Hey, that's the case. You're gonna stop playing football. Oh, there should be no football because people get hurt in concussions. Nah, man, it don't work like that.
But you're not realizing that forced prostitution, as the string says, and sex slavery is a global reality. That
it is
a bad thing. And look at this. Look what they be doing. Beat her mercilessly with belts, sticks, and iron rods. Come on now,
but you try to mix the two. I'm not even talking about that.
Her. Look at this one right here. Got regular.
By the way, you trying to talk, but you're talking about something I'm not even talking about.
Man, just listen, man.
You're not even on the subject of your own.
Crimes can do with her. What are with these people? Quote unquote what?
Prostitutes.
Could
Hold
you
on.
get her?
What is the name of your
So look.
It says prostitution was not forbidden by God. You talking about sex trafficking, man? That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is.
Man, what are you talking about?
I'm not talking. When we say prostitution, what you're trying to say. Why don't you be specific? You're saying okay. You got prostitution that's consensual, and then you got prostitution where somebody's making somebody do that. Now that I don't agree with. You shouldn't make somebody be a prostitute if they don't want to be one. Now that I'm in full agreement with you.
That's what ends up happening.
Not all the time. That's not true. Not all the time.
It has to be all the time because it's a global reality.
All right, man. That's just somebody trying to be a bully. So that's a bully.
There's a lot.
Man, you can't just sit here and deny everything, man. You can't just sit there when something don't go your way, just be like, nah, then try to come up with an excuse to why you don't like it. It's just what it is. You're gonna have to stop being stiff-necked and hard-headed, man, and just reset.
Stiff-necked and hard-headed. How am I being stiff-necked and hard-headed, man? I ain't did nothing to you. How am I being stiff-necked and hard-headed?
You're trying to say that prostitution ain't bad.
No, I'm not saying. I didn't say it's not bad. I said prostitution is not. It shouldn't be considered a crime. Consensual grown people. It shouldn't be considered a crime, and it shouldn't be considered a sin. That's what I'm saying.
The scripture says that it's a sin.
Yeah, that's man. Scripture is written by men.
So you don't believe in the scripture now?
Yeah, I do, but I believe men wrote it.
And
I believe in the scriptures probably just as much as you, if not more. But I'm saying men wrote it. I'm not gonna be dumb and act like I ain't gonna act dumb and act like, oh, I don't know men.
Who do you think is supposed to write the scripture? And actually, the laws was written by the finger of God. Just to let you know.
And the finger of God is man. Man writes stuff down.
No, man is not the finger of God.
Okay, well then show me the finger of God right now. Show me where the finger of God at. All right then. Akbala, you think you talk? Akbala, I'm not dumb, man. I'm not a dumb man.
You said show you the finger of God. It's the laws.
I'm not. At least I'm not dumb on this particular subject. Look, humans are the.
When he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, two tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God.
Okay, and the finger of God is a man or men.
Man,
what?
See, the finger of God is a man or men.
No, look, and Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the two tables of the testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both their sides, and the one side and on the other were they written. And the tables were the work of God.
But the tables were the work of who?
The tables were the work of God.
Oh,
and the writing was the writing of God graven upon
right.
Did that say man?
Right. The writings were the writings of God. If I write something, I'm gonna say
now, hold on.
Oh,
now, watch out. Now we're gonna go right here. Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. So we proved it. If that ain't enough, then I can't. There's no way of convincing you.
You proved what? By the way, what did y'all prove? What y'all prove?
God, that forbids prostitution, not man.
Man, that's man doing that. Man, that's not God. Man is the one speaking for God and writing for God. He's the one saying, "Oh, God said this," so that means He said it. God didn't say nothing. Don't nobody hear God talking out the sky and nothing like that. God is inside of everybody, and so basically, man is God and God is man. And man is the one that writes stuff down that he feels is wrong or that he want to control and dominate. Because it's the same men that you're talking about, them the same spirit of men, those same men today say one day, oh, it's illegal to sell drugs and all that, but then yet they sell drugs through the pharmaceutical systems. So drugs is not illegal. It's only illegal when they say it's illegal or when the system of men say it's illegal. If you don't do it their way, then it's illegal. Yeah, that's man doing that. God's not doing the creator that y'all talk. The real creator that y'all speaking about. He ain't doing that. That's man doing all this stuff.
God created all these people, and everything that you see has been ordained by God.
Of course, if a man wants you to follow him and make you do what he want, he gonna tell you, God said this, and God told me to tell you this, and God told me to write this to make you think that he's backed and that you supposed to follow him and to give it more weight. So of course, the Bible writers is gonna say God said this and God told me to write this down.
Hey,
To make you be obedient. To make you be obedient.
Can I
to them?
It's at the end of the day, man. There's nothing that you can get past the fact that this is a book that's divine. You know what I mean? You gotta know that it's divine. You gotta know that this.
Of course, all books are divine. All books are divine.
You gotta know that.
Hold on, but all books are. All the book, but Battle Axe, all books are divine.
Excuse me, I let you say a whole lot. And you got to know that it's divine, and you got to understand that it has been inspired by God. So whether you want to accept that he wrote it himself or not, the basis of this book is to give you a society that is equitous. You know, you're gonna constantly progress and increase, go up. You're not going to decline, have recessions and depressions and things of that sort, crime, infestation, and civil unrest and shit, inequality and bullshit. Like it's giving us a better than this. That's what it's offering. And whatever you're talking about, it sounds like you still want this. You know what I'm saying?
After you bring this,
it sounds like, wait a minute. It sounds like I want what?
This nation. So it sounds like you want hell.
It sounds like I want what?
You still want hell.
Hell? What's so hellish about sleeping with a woman and giving her some money?
That's part of the punishment.
A grown woman. What's wrong with that?
That's part of the punishment. Is for your woman to be sleeping with other men.
Yeah, for your wife to be given.
Wait a minute. No, I didn't ask you that question. I asked you what's
that woman.
Okay, let me ask you a more direct.
That's supposed to be her husband. I'm talking about in a perfect world, in the kingdom of God, the first person that your daughter would lay with would be her husband for life. I'm talking about in a perfect world, not in this crazy ass backwards.
Okay, but you don't got no perfect world, do you?
That's what this book is offering, though.
That book. Okay, so hold on. Let me slow down for a minute. So you saying that book is offering what now? I want go ahead and preach so your hearers can hear what you're saying.
It's offering a perfect world.
That book is offering a perfect world, right?
Yes.
Okay, now how long has that book been around, sir?
This book has been around for a while.
How long?
And there's been many perfect worlds that came.
Okay, hold on. How long has that book been around?
For thousands of years.
And you mean to tell me that
I'm talking about just as in the complete Old, New Testament, and the Apocrypha. It's for 2,000 years plus.
Okay, 2,000 years plus. And you mean to tell me all these governments haven't created a perfect world yet with this book been around for 2,000 years?
It is perfect.
I asked you a question. That's a question. I'm asking you a question. What? No, that was kind of like a statement. I'm sorry.
These people here don't use this book verbatim.
That's not what I'm talking. That's not what I asked you. I'm asking you a question.
You have to utilize this book to have that perfect world. You can't.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm answering your question.
Oh no, you haven't because I asked it yet. The question is. The question is. Hold on. The question is, and statement is, okay. You said the Bible's been around for 2,000 or plus years, so that means men on this earth, out of all the governments on this earth, have had opportunity for over 2,000 plus years to have to create this perfect world that you say this book is offering, and yet they have not achieved that yet.
They're not
Yeah, they
trying
haven't followed it.
they're not trying to create the perfect world. They're creating they're creating hell on earth to us. They're not creating a perfect world. A perfect world is equities. A perfect world would have these people giving us reparations. If the world was a perfect world, if this was a perfect kingdom, if this kingdom was actually being biblical, they would have let us go a long fucking time ago. They would have only had slavery for 50 years if they was actually trying to keep the Bible, but they wasn't following the Bible like that.
Hold on, but you said this Bible is being distributed throughout the whole earth.
That they used it.
Okay, so what I'm saying is
that's where you're messing up at. You thinking, yeah, it's been distributed across the whole world, but people haven't been following it. They don't follow these.
So evidently, it's not. But he said it's designed to create a perfect world.
Yeah, for a certain people.
It's designed to create a perfect world. If any people, honestly, if any people used it, they wouldn't go wrong. I'm talking about if the people in Turkey, literally, I'm gonna live the fucking Torah. Fuck y'all. They'll be. You can come back to them 100 years from now, and they'll still be over there. That's what it is. It's a book that is offering you a system of royalty, like how to conduct yourself, what to eat as royalty. You know what I mean? When you get into the books of wisdoms, like Psalms and Proverbs and Ecclesiastes and Sirach, you'll be able to get a mind state on how to conduct and hold yourself in a professional manner amongst others. You'll have a firmer grip on how to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. What are you talking about?
God. I got two scriptures for this brother, man. After you get yours.
It says right here in Romans 13:1, it says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, but there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordinances of God. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Why? Because this is hell on earth. Because rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Wilt thou then be afraid of the power? Or you don't want to get tripped on? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have the praise of the same. What? Do that which is good.
All right, do you really want to deal with that scripture like that? I mean,
minister of God to you for good, but if you do which is evil, be afraid, because he bears not a sword for no reason.
Are you gonna let? Okay, now let me.
He is the minister of God, a revenger.
Who is a minister of God? Tell me.
Evil.
Hey man, listen, man. Who is the minister of God, man?
Be subject, not only.
Who is the minister of God, man?
For conscience sake.
Come on, please. Are you serious? Who is the minister of God? Who is he talking about right there? I'm asking you a question. Who is he talking about right there?
Attended continually upon this very
Oh my God.
words, man. You better, hey man. You better
Who is the minister of God right there, man? Answer the question.
What?
Get your scholars, get all these scholars on the phone and let them and I want to hear what these scholars or liars have to say. Who is the ministers of God that you just got through reading about right there in that verse? Who are the ministers of God? Because you just got hold on before you ask that question. Let me make a statement on this. Because you just got through saying that the Bible been around for over 2,000 years plus, and that it's designed to create a perfect world, and that it ordained these governments. But then you say the government is not giving you reparations and doing the Negroes the correct way. So now who are these ministers of God that's supposed to execute this righteousness on the people? Evidently they don't exist.
The ministers.
So who are these ministers of God you talking about?
Righteousness. It didn't say that. It didn't say they're supposed to be executing righteousness. You didn't hear the word right. All right, let me read it for you one more time.
Yeah, you better read it one more time because it is talking about righteousness.
For you one more time. Romans 13:4. For he is the minister, that means a worker, of God.
Who is?
The rulers that rule over us.
So the Caucasian is a ruler of God? A minister of God?
He is a minister of God. Yes.
Are they a minister? So are you saying that the Caucasians are the ministers of God? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm definitely saying that.
Man, okay, man. I want everybody need to hear what you just said.
What do you got to say against it?
I said it online. You know what I mean? Online live.
Oh my God.
I'm not afraid to
That's how is the ministers of God so those ministers are the same ones that saying it's okay to marry another man.
This guy needs help. This guy needs help to know what a minister is.
The minister of God is the ones that saying it's okay for y'all to marry other men. Men can marry men. Do you know that? That same minister of God that you're talking about, that you saying is ordained of God.
Hey, it says in the scriptures you choose life or death. Man, they're just giving people a free will.
Oh, so now you want to justify? Man, y'all condoning the Caucasian ruling over y'all doing wrong to her. You just said the same ones as the ministers of God don't even want to give you reparations. Man, y'all need to stop being hypocritical.
Let me just tell you this.
To me, that's being hypocritical. To me, that's being hypocritical.
Look, if you look at this word, not hypocritical, just gives me a chance to be able to explain myself before you condemn me. It says right here, it says one who executes the commands of another, especially of a master, a servant, attendant, a minister, the servant of a king. All right. Now check this out.
Man, come on, man. This is elementary stuff, man.
Look, this is not elementary stuff, man, because then you shouldn't have a problem. It shouldn't have stumbled you.
No, I don't have a problem with it. I want people to hear what you're saying.
Look. Watch this. All right. It says right here.
You're justifying people getting shot in the streets, man.
No, just watch, man.
For no reason. For unjust reasons. You just say he's a minister of God. You saying all these Caucasians and all these Negroes down here, you're saying all these governments are ministers of God, but yet they won't give you reparations and give you your own land.
Yeah, no, they don't give reparations for a certain reason.
Yeah, now you want to make an excuse, but they're ministers of God.
It says in First Kings.
They ministers of God, though, man. They ministers of God. Why aren't these ministers of God doing the right thing then?
But look, it says right here, and now it shall grope at noonday, as the blind gropes in.
Now you want to justify why you ain't getting
it. Stop talking.
Yeah, I know. Y'all wanna
stop talking, man. What's wrong with you?
All you gotta do is calm down, take a deep breath, listen for a little bit.
Take a deep breath. I'm not even breathing hard.
Just calm down, take a deep breath, listen.
I'm not even breathing hard, man.
Listen and become receptive, so you can even give
receptive to what? Deception and lies?
Whatever.
In slavery?
Just listen. You see how you're not even processing a sentence correctly right now. I'm just trying to tell you.
I done read this whole book, man. What you talking about? I know what you're reading.
That dude, man.
Just listen, man. Calm down. Stop cutting me off. You know what I mean? Show that you're an adult and that you can maintain yourself. And just listen for a second so you can give a proper rebuttal. Now watch. He says, and you shall grope at noonday as blind gropes in darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed. So who would be oppressing us right here? Would it be only ourselves? And spoiled evermore. And no man shall save you.
The minister of God is the ones that are oppressing you according to what y'all teach and what y'all tell me. But now you say he's ordained of God. So he's ordained of God to oppress you?
Yes.
Only the devil would write that, and then you believe in it.
No. So Deuteronomy 28 is written by the devil?
Romans chapter 13 is written by somebody who's trying to make you think that God wrote that.
Let me ask you a question. And if God wants to punish people, and he says he's going to punish them through, let's say, like right here. He says, and the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again with ships, and by the way whereof I spake unto you, you shall see it no more again. There you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Let's say that he said that these would be demons, who would be responsible for the creation of those demons?
Man,
wouldn't it be
the ministers of God? The ministers of God. Hold on.
It's easier for you to grasp the concept if we say, well,
man, you try to justify. And man, I don't like the fact that
even hell. even if you visualize hell as a place of torment where there's demons, you know what I mean, tormenting you, God created them, and they would definitely be workers,
right,
of their creator. So regardless of how you see it, it's going to be hard to go into any religious setting of enthusiasts and try to convince them otherwise. They know that God has.
Okay, are you done, man? What's your question, man? Because only somebody ignorant will fall for what y'all trying to pull, man. Only ignorant people, or people who don't understand.
No, man, listen.
Because see, I've been enlightened, and there ain't no way I'm falling for that no more. Okay, I fell for that before, but I wasn't enlightened then.
Is this ignorant then? Whosoever resists the power, resists the ordinances of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves.
Man, you don't even explain that scripture right. Well, first,
let me say this. Now, let me ask. So, if you resist,
okay, I'm about to get that same.
They set rules. Whether these rules are godly rules or not, they set rules. And if you break these rules, are you not going to receive damnation from these people? Or
man, are you crazy? Y'all talking? Hey, man, listen. You need to listen to yourselves. First of all, you're trying to say God is endorsing the devil to do wrong towards people who ain't even doing wrong.
He said that the world is given into the hands of the wicked.
See, I know. So the devil, so man wrote the Bible, man. Y'all even the way you even teach it, it proves that man wrote the Bible.
No, it doesn't.
Humans wrote that Bible, man. The Creator don't write no Bibles like that. I remember a guy by the name of Lex Vortex says, man, God is not into the human politics. Now I see what he's talking about. I don't know who the guy is, but I heard a guy named by the Lex Vortex said, I think he made this statement. I could be wrong, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But he said something like, God ain't into human politics like that.
What do you see? Do you see right
That's humans saying that stuff.
It says that if you actually resist the powers, which is violate the laws, you will be sentenced, or you will receive damnation from this same person, or you will be the sentence of a judge, or you'll receive the punishment with which one is sentenced, or you'll see.
What's your point? That's still man doing that. Man is saying that.
Hold on. Do you know God?
Man is saying that. I know what you're reading. I got this. I'm looking at the scriptures. I got the scriptures myself, man. I know how to read.
Do you know?
I know how to read, and that's man saying that, and man is putting.
Talk to God.
I'm about to tell you. That's man saying that, writing that, creating that, and then putting God. And hold on, and then what he does, he put the word God on there to make you think that he got this from some invisible being sitting in heaven on a throne somewhere.
Is that common
have you talked to God?
Ain't that common sense though? Ain't that the truth? That if you resist this power,
ain't that the truth? What you mean? That's government.
Shut the fuck up for 1 quick second so you can answer me. I'm tired of you just spewing out fucking rhetoric. Answer me.
Yeah, you tired of it because you don't like people going against that false teaching.
What's commonly done is if you commit a crime, which is also in line with you breaking the commandments, that these people will give you a sentence that comes.
What's these people? Who is these people?
Whatever people that rules over you, wherever place that you commit a fucking crime.
What? So that means that can. So you're saying that can be me then, correct? That can be me. I'm just saying that can be me, correct?
If you become a judge?
No, that can be me. That can be me, right?
If you become a judge.
It's not about me becoming a judge. I'm just saying that could be me. That could be somebody like me or a family member, correct?
What can be you? What can
that can be me, you, that can be whoever, right?
What can be you?
Okay, so now let me ask you a question. Since y'all so smart and y'all going along with this Bible stuff.
Man, I wish you would turn your camera on sometimes.
Hold on, watch this. So I'm asking you a question. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I'm saying this is what I'm saying. Listen, I'm asking you a question. So how long has governments been on how long has governments been on this earth?
Akmallah. Hey, this is wrong right now because
He's not answering no questions.
I'm asking you a question. How long has governments been on it? How long has every government?
Conversation with Battle Axe real quick. Battle Axe, this dude's not answering no questions, man. It's just y'all. He's
I answer all y'all questions. Actually, I always ask all y'all questions.
Hey, just wait real quick. Just listen to what you're doing. He's not answering any questions. He keeps asking a question with a question, but he wants to have a conversation. This is not how you properly have a conversation. If somebody asks you a question, don't be dishonest with your answer. Just answer the question.
Only people being dishonest is you all, man, in my opinion, when it comes to the Bible. But y'all being honest because y'all believing that it's true what you're saying. So I'm not just going to say you've been dishonest in that sense. But what I'm saying is that government's been on earth. All governments want their so-called people or citizens to obey what they say. So, of course, they're going to write some literature saying God said this and God ordained us to do this. Okay, because we're the government. We help make up the government too. The people do make up the government. So yeah,
they don't have to say God. If somebody is ruling the government, they don't have to put God in it. They can just say, just like you tell your kids, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that. That's all the government has to say.
Malak, man, are you serious, man?
They do not have to put God.
Are you serious? A lot of times what parents would do back, I don't know what they do now, but parents used to say
the whole God thing out of the Pledge of Allegiance and all that shit. What the fuck you talking about?
Okay, anyway, I just want to respond to what Malak said.
No, you don't want to be saying shit. You need to listen because what is actually
all right, I'll listen. Go ahead.
What's happening is that, man, your ass is in denial and you're delusional.
Denial of what?
You are willing denial of reality and denial to the questions. And you are.
Man, you trying to tell me Romans? You trying to put Romans? You trying to tell me Romans was written by God?
And respond unrealistically. This is your strange ideology.
By the way, you trying to tell me in 2022 that God wrote the book of Romans, man, for Negroes? Man, are you serious?
2000, no, I'm telling you in 2022 that when you see this in the book of Romans, that this is logic. This is the truth. That if you break these laws.
What laws, man? What laws, man?
This land, you're going to receive a judgment. That
of course, man.
Hey, watch
of course. But that's in every government. So it don't even have to be a Christian government, man. Come on, man. Y'all tripping, man. Even African. I'm about to make yes, as soon as I make a comment on what he just African nations before they was colonialized or indoctrinated with Islam and Christianity and Judaism, they had laws and they wanted their people to obey the laws. So what's your point?
My point is that when God has set up these people over us, that these laws are still legit for us.
These people ain't nobody over. Who's over us, first of all? Because as far as last time I saw Negroes was a part of this. The what?
Democracy.
Okay, but who created democracy?
White man.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Okay, no, he did not. What does democracy mean?
Demon rule.
No, it does not.
Shit, nigga. Then you tell me what it means. Sounds like demon rule to me.
Well, I don't. Let me get a dictionary right quick then.
I'll pull it up right here. I got it.
Anyway, can I ask him a question while he's getting that?
Yeah, go ahead.
One question for you, brother. I got a couple. It's just two questions, maybe three. Is God's hand short?
What's that?
Is God's power limited?
You talk when you say God, y'all talk when y'all talk about God.
Please, man, is God's power limited?
Yeah, the God that you're talking about, yeah.
What?
The God that you're speaking about, Yahweh or Yah Jehovah, yeah, that God is limited. Yeah, he's limited. Because he's a man.
Hey,
he's a man.
You can deal with this dude for the rest of it. I'm done.
Okay, what does democracy mean?
Entertain this. I can't.
What does democracy mean? What does democracy mean? Democracy.
It means people rule.
Okay, so you think the Caucasians came up with that? Get for real. That's funny, man.
What people was ruling this nation when they came up with it here?
People, democracy.
People was ruling this nation when they came up with it here.
The ideology of people ruling a nation or a tribe of people did not originate with Caucasians, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. That concept is ancient.
I don't care. When these people made this nation, what was the people that came up with that presented democracy to this nation? What were they? Were they Africans?
Okay, say that again now.
The people that when this nation,
I can barely hear you.
When this nation was created,
yeah,
and they decided we're going to use democracy as our system. What color of people was that? Were they Africans?
Negroes was here before the Caucasians, so
I didn't ask all that.
I'm telling you who they were.
I asked you who was here first. I asked you when these white folks said we're going to make the United States of America, and we're going to have a democracy, and we're going to make this democracy founded off of this right here. What color were these people?
I think they were Caucasian.
Right. So,
but I think some Negroes was a part of that though.
And what color was the people that was in rulership of the slaves at that time also?
I don't believe in the slave story the way y'all Israelites teach it, man.
You can't
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that though. I just don't believe in that.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you one more chance too. I'm gonna ask you this question.
But go ahead with your point. I'm listening. I don't believe in that slave. I don't believe in that slavery story the way.
What are these Negroes doing in this field? What are these Negroes right here doing at this shack? Let me go on my thing. There we go. What are these Negroes doing at the shack?
We can't see it.
Oh, my bad. What are these Negroes doing at this rundown shack?
Working on a plantation.
What are these Negroes right here?
Working in the cotton field on the plantation.
Where? Which one?
What are these niggas in that field? What is over there?
Man, are y'all serious? Do y'all think?
What are these Negroes living in this like this right here? Huh?
You see that slave master right there in that other one. Go back one.
What makes you think he was a slave master?
You see him right there, bam. You see him?
No, let me ask you a question. What do you think he was? What makes you think he was a slave master? What makes you think he was a? What makes you think that person that you're looking at is a slave master? Does that literature tell you? Does that picture tell you he's a slave master?
No, it doesn't. What does it say though?
So then, why are you trying to interpret that picture as being hey? Okay.
Hold on, man. I'll just go to it.
Huh? What does this say?
What? What is this? What? You got? I can't even see it.
Here we go. Oh, you want some more?
What? So what we doing? What we trying to prove here?
Slavery existed, man. Come on, man.
Slavery existed
in America.
Okay, well maybe it did, but not in the way that you all teach it.
What's up?
Whatever.
What's up? What you talking about?
What?
Huh?
What you do with the gun?
What are these niggas doing?
Man, that don't mean slavery existed the way y'all trying to teach it and the way they taught it in school.
No, tell me what's going on with these brothers.
First of all,
what's up with sisters? Hold on, man. Why is our sisters doing this? You think
doing what? Huh? What are the sisters? What are the sisters doing? We can't even see them. I can't see them pictures. That's too small.
Standing here with chains on their necks, then blow it up. You can blow it up.
Okay, so is that a picture or is how do you know? How you know that's even a real situation that's going on right there? That's a
What do you mean? How do I know this is real?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And how you know that's is that an authentic picture? What's it? What type of picture is that?
Evidence. This is called a body of evidence. You see this?
That's not, man. Listen, that's not evidence. First of all,
This is called a body of evidence.
that could have been something. Didn't you hold on? Didn't you say, okay,
Look,
that don't mean slavery existed the way that we've been taught it in school, man. That don't mean slavery existed like that.
Show this one, Battle Axe. You know what I mean? Watch this.
Man, y'all tripping, man.
What they doing right there, man?
What?
What they doing? Them. You see the kids? The grown men? See them Negroes' feet hanging on that tree? What you call that?
Okay, so you gonna let me ask some questions, or you just want to just try to you want to reinforce these lies that's been told to Negroes everywhere on this earth? First of all, where are all the Negroes at? Now you see all them Caucasians, but where are the Negroes at?
On the plantation?
So you mean to tell me all the Negroes ain't doing nothing?
They have no power. These people have guns. No, hold on, listen.
All right.
You gotta listen. Right. These white folks right here, they have guns and weapons and stuff.
What they got to do with anything, man? I don't got time.
They had nothing.
Hey, man, listen, man. I don't believe in the Bible like that. I don't believe in the Bible like that. I don't believe in history the way you do.
Well, that's just
you're trying to paint history. The way you use the Bible, the way you're using the Bible, like the way you're using the Bible and the way y'all using history, y'all trying to make it seem like Negroes was nothing and we can just and just lay down for some type of slavery institution to go on for several. Power. Man, that's a lie, man. They got power now.
Prove that they did. Why are we still under this rulership of these people?
Under what rulership? Whose rulership are we under?
Under the American government ran by white people.
The American government is not ran by white people, just by white people.
Prove it. Hey.
That's a lie.
How many black presidents did we have? None.
That's not just the government. You said ran by the government. Presidency is not the only form of government we have, or the only aspect of government we have.
Entertain this. Do you have any proof that we wasn't slaves? Besides your denial.
Some people might have been slaves, but you got to understand, slavery is not something new to the world. Caucasians didn't create slavery. Caucasians didn't create captivity. Captivity is not something you already talked about. Slave trafficking earlier. And man, listen, man.
We're not talking. Stick on to the conversation.
I am.
Here in America.
It don't even matter. It don't even matter how it happened and what transpired.
We getting off subject too, man. We on that.
We know that it did happen, and we know that when God said that it was going to happen, that you were going to be sold to your enemies too.
People are sold today.
For bondmen and bondwomen. People
are sold today, and you even said that your birth certificate is being sold. You said that your birth certificate is being sold or something.
Sold.
So basically, what you're telling me, slavery still exists because people's being sold today.
Yes,
bought and sold.
We're saying slavery still exists.
Okay, then. So what do you? Okay, man. So slavery has been existing for a long, long time. Then way before the Caucasians did, correct?
Now you're getting it. Now you're starting to get it.
No, before the Caucasians.
Wait, hold on. Before we go down this long path, we got off the subject of this prostitution. You said that prostitution was not forbidden by God. Now, my question to you is, have you talked to God?
Yeah, I'm talking to God right now. You.
Oh, we already proved it. We already proved it.
Yeah, you proved it.
You're saying that you're talking to God. We're telling you that it's forbidden.
Okay. It is forbidden by man. Man is God.
Whatever, dude. See, this is crazy.
So I'm agreeing with y'all. Yeah, God did write the Bible. God did write the Bible, and that was man. Man wrote the Bible. Yes. God and man is the same.
Hey, that demon inside of him got whooped down, man. It knows. It was like, okay, now time for me to talk about something else. He said, because they literally proved that not only did God write those laws, that he actually forbidden prostitution.
He did. God did. God does forbid. God forbids prostitution, but you got to understand. No, I agree with y'all. God does. The God that you're talking about does forbid prostitution in the Bible, but there's another God that says prostitution is not wrong. So it's like, who cares what that God says? Who cares what Yahweh say? No one cares what Yahweh say. Or Yah, or whatever his name is, YHWH. Because he's not the Most High.
So that's what happens when
It
you
says a fool, you know what I mean, it does speak folly.
Man, God is a man. You even said that in your book. It says that Jesus Christ came from heaven.
So everybody, so see, this is what you guys see with somebody that's a narcissist. When somebody that's a narcissist is when everything goes wrong and they actually get proven wrong, but guess what? They are willing to throw even God out the window. That's somebody that's not ready to actually just accept correction and not be a sore loser about it.
It says in Proverbs 13 and 16, even prudent man deals with knowledge, but a fool lays upon his folly. You're not dealing with the knowledge of what's really going on with prostitutes and the negative outcomes of prostitution. You're dealing with folly.
As far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of good positive things that come out of prostitution.
Okay, let's look
at it. Specifically if it's a consensual and that's what the man and the woman want to do.
There's only one good thing, quote unquote, good thing from your understanding that comes out of prostitution.
What's the one?
Hold on, that's sex. That's the only thing that prostitutes are for. But these prostitutes, a lot of bad things happen to them. Stranglings, murderings, rape.
Man, we said prostitution. We talking about prostitution, not murder and rape.
No,
we talking about prostitution.
Prostitution.
Okay, all right.
That is part of.
Okay, and what comes along with owning what comes along with owning weapons? What comes along with playing football? Some negative thing.
Hey, deal with
the conversation is about prostitution, not about just a prostitute. We're talking about the complete concept of it. We're dealing with all the aspects, and we already proved that it was forbidden, and now we're going into the reasons why. That's just a fact, man. You need to learn to succumb to some type of information and just go on and say, "You're right." Because the way that you are actually carrying the conversation, you make it to where we're wrong.
I did. I said y'all right. God did say God.
All times.
I did. I said God said it, but God is a man, though. God is human. God, the gods that all the gods that you're talking about.
He should lie.
But he is a man, though.
Can you show where
God is God? All the gods that you're talking about that's in the Bible are men. They are humans. Humans write Bibles. Humans write literature. Humans write articles of commandments.
Yeah, you're talking about like the humans, but where did these humans that wrote this Bible get their information from?
From themselves.
No, they didn't. Is that what the Bible says?
Because the humans are gods. Human beings are gods, man. They are. When it says God said that thou shalt not make merchandise of your daughters, not merchandise, prostitute your daughters of Israel. That was humans saying that, which is God. Same thing. It's interchangeable. Look it up. Look up the word God in the Bible. I mean, in the dictionary.
Okay. Anyway, God of the Bible is not a man.
He is a man.
There isn't any verse that you can use that to support. Can you pull up the verse, man?
Is there who created the heavens, the earth, and all that is therein?
Not Yahweh. YHWH did.
I didn't ask you who didn't. I said who did.
Like I can just go and tell you that. You can't even tell me that either.
Okay.
You don't even know that.
Can we both agree that was God?
I don't know. It might have been always here. You don't know that for sure. You don't know. You don't have the answer to that. Just because you got to. Just because you got to.
What are belly buttons for?
Hey, hold on. We got a thing called carbon-14, man. And you look at the carbon-14, and it does have a life expectancy, and it will diminish in 14,000 years, man. Proven, and everything has carbon-14 in it, and it's still diminishing its potency as we speak now. But it won't diminish all the way into 14,000 years from now.
What won't diminish?
That proves to you.
What won't diminish?
That proves to you that the things on the planet has only been here for 14,000 years.
That doesn't prove that.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
The rocks have carbon-14 in them, and that carbon-14, what shouldn't be seen in a rock that's 20,000 years old.
That's not true. That's man's theory or philosophy on that. And I don't believe that. I'm not accepting that as being the truth.
If you live a life the way that you live, you're going to stay stuck on something that's not smart. Or
like what? Give me an example.
How you can't find that God is a man in the Bible.
Okay. Oh, that's not a bad thing, though.
Yes, it is, because you're trying to say that men are God.
They are. They're the gods of the Bible.
No,
when y'all, you know, when people say,
but they're not God.
You know how when people say
men are God, we know what you're trying to say.
When
men are rulers, y'all.
When you say God of the Bible,
laws and stuff, but we're not talking. When we say that men aren't God, we're telling you that men are not the ones that created the heavens, the earth, that is all in, that created all this intelligent design, etc. You know what I mean? We didn't come up with the eyeball. We didn't come up with, you know what I mean, the oxygen.
Okay, but but now you're talking about you're not talking about the same God. You're talking about a whole different God now. But when you talk about them scriptures and what's written in them scriptures, now you're talking about men. That God.
You're lying.
I know the difference. I know the difference now. I know the difference between the God of the Bible and the God that whoever formed the apples and the oranges trees and all that and the mountains.
God did that? What God formed the
that
apples?
That one that formed the sun, or if the sun was ever formed, because it could be just eternal. It always existed. But yes, it say whoever formed for the lack of my information and your information, we're going to say somebody formed the sun and the stars and the moon, right? Whoever did that did not do the Bible, did not write the Bible.
How do you know? How do you know that for a fact, or do you just believe that?
I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
where did you get your information from?
From the book that you're reading. It tells you that men wrote the Bible. It tells you that men wrote those commandments.
No, it didn't. I just now read it, man. I'm not going to do this again.
It do tell you that. Read the publishers. Read the publishers, man.
Did I not tell you what the content says? That God was the one that wrote those laws, though. I'm not talking about.
Okay, when you write a book, where are the sources of all the people who had a hand in writing the Bible? They're not. Where are the sources? Who wrote the? Man, listen.
Okay, let me tell you like this. Like
in other books, they tell you.
Look, brother. Like when you look at the book of Joshua, you see how we're gonna go there right now. I'm gonna show you something. You see that?
Okay, the book of Joshua. So they're telling you Joshua wrote that book, right?
Yes, there was a man named Joshua.
Right.
That's the way.
So he's God. He's the God of the book of Joshua.
No, he is the guy that.
Not guy. I said God. He's the God of the book.
God that recorded the history.
It'll be like somebody that jotted down in his journal. About
right. So he wrote it. God didn't write it. The thing. Whoever formed the sun and the moon didn't write that book.
No, Joshua. But when we get to the law, statutes, and commandments,
right,
those are written by God.
Who? You mean Moses? No, you don't lie. Don't lie. Those was written by Moses.
I just read it to you, and you already agreed.
Yeah, no, I know it did read by God, but Moses was the God that wrote the Torah.
He didn't say that. He gave them to Moses.
So that means he wrote it. That means he wrote it. According to the text, Moses wrote the Torah.
After he wrote it?
Not the one that formed the sun and the moon. You cannot put them on the same level, man.
After he wrote it on the tablets, he gave
and I'm telling you, this is intelligence, man.
No, it's
after
not.
he wrote it on the tablets, he gave him the tablets written on the front and on the back with the law, statutes, and commandments on them.
Tablets with commandments on it. You're lying.
Shalamon's in the back.
You're lying, man.
I just now showed it to you, and you already agreed that it said it.
No, I said that. I said, man, yeah, those men is Moses.
It says that God wrote the laws.
Yeah, men is God.
Saying men. It didn't say that men. It said that the laws was written by the tablet stones was written by the finger of God.
Hey man, y'all listen, man. Y'all my friends, but y'all lying, man. Y'all lying. Y'all are literally lying right now. You're lying to kids, man. You're making kids think that somebody whoever formed the moon and the sun and the stars is the same one that wrote the 10 Commandments and gave it to Moses. You're lying, man. Stop that.
The demon in you, man. I can hear the demon inside of you, man. You know that?
Stop that, man. That's a lie, man. Don't be tricking. Y'all said y'all concerned about the kids being prostitutes and all this, but y'all telling the kids that some entity that they don't even that formed the sun and the moon and the stars, the same one wrote some things on a tablet or some stone and gave it to a man called Moses. Stop lying to kids like that. I'm gonna
ask you a question. If this entity that created the sun, moon, and the stars, if it did that, why is it hard for you to see that same entity wrote on some rocks? Why is it hard for you to see that?
Okay.
You can see that he created all this stuff. The sun, the birds, the animals, humans, the moon,
Okay, smart guys. Okay, no, hold on. Let's just go with that. Let's go with that. So what language was that?
Summer, winter,
okay.
fall. He did all that, but he couldn't write on a tablet.
So hold on. So wait a minute. So before he write on some tablets, well, what did he? So he already knew the language that Moses was speaking.
Yeah, he knows all languages.
Okay, so he knew hold on. So God knew the language that Moses was speaking, and then God himself, this God that you're talking about that formed the sun, the moon, and stars, wrote on the tablets of stone for Moses, right? Boy, y'all crazy.
That's what it says in the text.
Hey man, who was that right there? Who was that? Who just said that, man?
Me.
Who just said that, man?
La Zero.
Who? The zero? The zero. The zero. Do you accept that, man?
Actually, my name, yes. No, I'm just playing. It was me, bro. Shalom.
The zero. Man. I know you don't believe that stuff, man.
It's in the book. That's all I'm saying.
I know. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Okay, the text says that, but I'm not about to teach children that. That's worse than, man, listen. That's worse than telling children that Superman is real. Superman is not real. He's a made-up character.
Hold on. What? So you're saying that there's no creator that could have inspired somebody to write this?
Okay, notice what you just said now. Could have inspired.
Are you saying that the creator that created everything didn't come down and write it with his own doing?
Man, if the creator did that, then why don't he come down here and give the Negro his land then?
What's the point of doing that then if that's going to take away from the point of believing in him then? Right?
How is that going to take the point of believing in him? He writing down stuff on stones.
No, he's already doing that, man. He's in process of getting
them. You did it for one person. That's
so now he's in process of doing something. So now he's invisibly
land back. He wants us to be obedient.
Hey man, God has. I'm not a creator. Listen,
so you can learn something.
What I gonna learn from you? What I gonna learn from you? You better. Hey, if you gonna teach me how to fix a car or something, I can learn that from you. But I can't learn from you from this, man.
God gives us our land back, you gotta be keeping the commandments.
Oh man,
you're trying to have prostitution legal. And here, these are the 2 scriptures I have for you earlier.
Okay,
it says right here. Hold on, let me give you.
You can't beat me with the Bible, man. I'm sorry, man.
Before we get our land, we gotta fit this criteria. Exodus 19:6.
Okay.
And you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, okay, and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And then we go to Leviticus 21:7, and it says right here. It says 21:9. And the daughter of any priest, which is this nation that the Most High just said, if she profanes herself by playing the whore, she profanes her father. She shall be burnt with fire. Okay? So this nation of priests aren't supposed to be having prostitutes, according to Exodus 19:6 and Leviticus 21:9.
Yeah, but that's a group of men that came up with that ideology. Not the one that created the sun.
By law, that was written by God. And then you go and look, and he said,
it was. It was men.
Man, be quiet, man. It says right here in Ezekiel 20, as I live, said the Lord surely. Are you done with yours, Ot?
Yeah, I'm done.
He said Ezekiel 20:33, as I live, says the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you, and I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out from the country wherein you are scattered, with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, with the fury poured out, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of Egypt, so will I plead with you, says the Most High. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from among you the what? Rebels, and them that transgress against me. You just being a rebel, man. Said,
okay, now check this out. Now notice you read this red. Hold on, now let me comment on that. Okay, go ahead.
Land of Israel. What? And they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And you shall know the Lord, man.
Good. I don't care about going to
rebellious.
Look. Hey man, let me tell you something. Who cares about going to Israel? And if I want to go, I can go. But
hey man,
listen, man, Israel, the Negro land is right here in America, man. Not in this old Israel, man.
Heaven and earth.
Come on.
Don't you realize that?
But okay, let me stop playing. Listen, the scripture you just read, Ezekiel 20:38, right? How he's gonna do that, right? How is he going to gather you? No, not Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 20:30. You said, I will enter into judgment with you there, and I will enter into judgment with you face to face. So what does that mean?
He's going to punish you expeditiously, brother.
Okay, that's cool. What about I will bring you out from the people. Now, how is he going to do that?
We already been brought out from the people where we were scattered amongst. That was in Africa, in them places where they clustered around and found us at.
And he's going
out here.
Okay, he would gather you he would gather you out of the countries where you are scattered.
Yes.
Okay, so has he done that already?
Yeah, he already did that.
Okay, so verse 34 is already accomplished?
34, yes.
Okay, so how did he do it?
With a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured
out. But be specific. I'm saying, how did he do it? How do people leave one country and go to another country? How does that happen? Like a boat, a ship?
It was done through slavery.
I'm saying, but it's done through people though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now just be consistent. So what I'm saying what you just said. All these literature, all this scripture was written by people. Just like when you put somebody in slavery, you do that. Is another person doing that to another person. So that's physical. So how you get these literatures, these commandments on stone or on paper is through humans. Humans do that, not the source of the sun, not the one that created the sun and the moon and the stars. That's all I'm saying.
God did it once, and Yes, man made manuscripts and copies of it. Yes.
And the stones too. Man write on stones.
Men made manuscripts and copies, even if it was the copy was copied onto another stone.
Right. What?
All
okay.
I'm saying is yes, men made manuscripts based off of the original. The men made copies based off of the original. It shouldn't be a long argument.
Okay, so we're in agreement.
But
so stop saying. So stop trying. I mean, so what I'm saying is,
the difference is we believe the inspiration comes from the Creator of all things. You're saying it's not. That's
okay, no problem. No problem. No problem.
We're inspired by them. That's what we're saying. That's what.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So we do agree that men wrote the commandments on stone and on paper, or papyrus or whatever.
No. I'm saying that they made copies and manuscripts off of the original that was originally written by God.
Got you. Now, no problem. So now I got to ask you this, and the scholars that's on the panel, where is this original that the so-called source of life, the one that created the moon and the stars and the sun, where is his? Because I'm sure he has enough power not to let his original copy get destroyed or original manuscript.
You can't put that condition on God. You can't place any.
Wait a minute. I'm just asking you.
Where
is it?
You can't place any condition on God. Like,
where is it?
Being destroyed. You don't need it. It got manuscripts.
It got you. Okay, so if we don't need it, then you have no proof other than. Hold on, this is all I'm saying. I'm just saying we politicking now. We politicking. So you don't have any proof that this God that created the sun and the moon and stars wrote down anything on some stone. You don't have any proof of that.
The proof is the document contesting of that.
But what we do have proof that man has written down information.
No, what we have is we have proof that the document is saying that is what happened.
I know. I'm not disagreeing with that. Hold on, boss man. Battle X. I'm agreeing with that. The document do say that this entity did do that. But I'm saying that we don't have no proof of that. Only proof we have is that men wrote this stuff down.
No, that's all we got. We don't have proof of a lot of things that's in the Bible. That does not mean that it's not true.
Okay, and it does not mean that it is true.
Right here.
No problem.
Yes, it's documented down.
We can play tug of war. We can play tug of war with that.
No, it's documented down.
It says, but it shall come to pass if you Deuteronomy 28:15. If y'all can see the screen. He said,
we can see it.
You will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord your God to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Curse shall you be in the city, and curse shall you be in the field. So in the city, that's ran by other people. But if you living out in the field, like you see them black folks out in Africa, there is no logical explanation for their plight other than those people just got it bad for some reason. It says, curse shall be your basket and your store. That has nothing to do with with outside influences. This is all internal. This is about how you save and how you spend. Has nothing.
Okay, but what? I don't know what you're talking about right now, though. I don't know what point you're making.
That if we didn't listen, that this will be something that our people would be facing, and our people do have issues with.
If we didn't listen
with generational wealth, our people do have issues.
That's because
money.
Okay.
Our people do got issues with money management.
But now notice.
Listen, our people do got problems.
Okay, no problem.
Be quiet. Store. And our people has problems with money management.
Okay, guess what?
Now
guess what?
Quiet. Look, listen to
I thought we was having a dialogue though.
This is the reason why you don't know shit, is because when somebody's
I already know that's in there.
Information, when somebody's giving you information, you're running your mouth.
Man, you giving out information that we already know about.
And the fruit of your land.
But that's lies, man.
And the flocks of your sheep. That that's still outside perspective. I mean,
are you gonna see that's you want to give it, but you're giving your Bible perspective of why that happening.
That's still an internal issue. That's not.
But you're giving a Bible explanation, and there's other explanations other than the Bible for that stuff going on.
Like, just be quiet because you don't know shit. Like, literally, you don't know jack shit. Look, he says, "Curse shall be the fruit of your body." That has nothing to do with an outside influence.
Man, you just want to keep muting me, man. What you keep muting me for, man?
The way that your kids grow up and the way that they actually live out their lives and how they're raised is on you.
Man, are you serious? So you gonna let me elaborate on this, man? Or you just want
to? After he's done, man.
Man, we don't heard this bull. We don't heard this theory, but you ain't heard the other theories yet.
How you gonna call the scriptures bull?
Curse shall you be when you comes in and when you go out. Let's keep on going. He says, and the Lord shall send upon you cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou set thy hands unto for to do, until you be destroyed. That happened during the Jim Crow times, when that was the famous labeling of this. It was called the Jim Crow in the future context or the present context. But
are you done?
But no. But they were saying that if we didn't, somebody said that if we didn't, that this was going to be something that we was going to face, whether we were free or not.
Are you done? Are you done lying, man? Are you done? Are you done? Either intentional or ignorantly lying?
Because of the I don't know if you know, but the more you interrupt somebody, the longer it takes them to finish. Just let them finish, please.
Yeah, let them finish. Okay, but okay. So now, Gus, just guess what?
Did you hear that? The more you interrupt, the longer it takes someone to finish.
Go ahead and keep lying. Go ahead, though.
Because of the wickedness of your doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. So what you're trying to say is these things right here, which has nothing to do with any outside influence other than the fact that you are being a rebuke and a vexation. This is something that he said that we are going to be plagued with if we didn't follow these laws. We haven't followed these laws, and these are things that we complain about. These
you know what?
Are issues.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's the devil, because what you're saying, that's your explanation on why these things happen to Negroes. But there's plenty of scholars, plenty of educated Negroes on this earth that would totally have something else to say on why these things happen to Negroes. And they definitely not going to use Deuteronomy 28 to justify why these things are happening to Negroes. So yeah, that's one angle. You can use that ideology, but we don't agree. I do not agree, and many other people do not agree with that ideology on why these things happen to Negroes. Okay, and you got to recognize that.
Just like he said, I do recognize that. And there is a plenty of scholars out there, and there's all kinds of other high-minded men out there that would have an alternative explanation. But those men has not still brought forth any solutions that is actually notable. So with that being said,
and you all Israelites haven't either.
Shit, because you dumbass niggas ain't listening. Niggas like you.
What? So now you want to make an excuse. So now,
bro.
Hold on. You don't got no solution. No, you don't got no solution, my brother. You got no solution. Let me tell you why you don't got no solution. Because y'all done had this Bible for 2,000 plus years, and you still ain't accomplished a solution.
We have many kingdoms in between. What are you talking about, man?
And they all failed according to your text.
Because of disobedience.
The Middle Ages lasted for 1,000 years. Way
so evidently, your disobedience, y'all don't feel like y'all got y'all don't feel like y'all God ain't worthy enough to obey, evidently, because y'all ain't not.
No, people like you do. People like you are saying that prostitution is legal. It's right.
Con.
What do you keep trying to say? It's us.
Are you
We're trying to
serious, man?
You're not.
I'm not the one preaching the Bible. It's you, and you all still ain't successful with it.
You're not. We're not preaching the Bible. You're not preaching the Bible, but at the same time, you're preaching prostitution. You see the same?
Y'all preaching against prostitution, and you still don't got your own kingdom. You still ain't governing yourselves by that so-called Bible you use it. So y'all still, what's the matter?
We just started.
You know you didn't. You're lying. You had 2,000 years.
Overnight.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. First of all,
be quiet, man. You talking like it's a competition. Shut the fuck up. You ever heard the saying that Rome wasn't built overnight?
Battle Axe. Excuse me for sounding like I'm a bit of a competition, but what I'm saying is that y'all done had over 2,000 years.
Have you ever heard of the saying that Rome wasn't built overnight?
You gotta stop muting me, man.
You won't stop talking when I'm trying to ask you a question.
I'm trying to answer it. When you ask me a question, I try to
answer. Have you ever heard the term that Rome was not built overnight?
Listen, I'm trying to answer it, but you keep muting me. Y'all had way more than overnight. Y'all don't had over 2,000 years plus. You had the time of Abraham. I mean Moses.
You can't sit here and make up the time that the Bible was completed with the New Testament and say, well, you guys been trying since. You can't say that.
Y'all had over 2,000 plus years.
Anyway, now answer the question. Have you ever heard of the term that Rome was not built overnight?
1,000 years to do it.
Have you?
And you ain't done it.
So you're not going to answer the question?
I just did.
That's the problem. You know, like you're intellectually dishonest. All you gotta do
I just answered the question. Can you hear me talk? Can you hear me talk? Can you hear me talk?
Yeah, we hear you.
Or no.
So don't say I didn't answer the question. I just said y'all had over 2,000 years to do it.
What you did is just being dishonest and rationalized, and you make the conversation extraneous. This is
man. I'm not about to give. Why would somebody give you 2,000 years? And you still ain't did it. You don't deserve another chance.
We had it. We had the whole Dark Ages from around the year 479 all the way to 1492 is when we actually had the reign using the Bible.
1492. So add that up. 1492 to 2022. How many years is that? How many years is that?
It's been,
let's do some math here.
It's roughly 500, 600 years.
So 500 years, you had 500 years, you had before 500 years, and then after the 500 years, and I mean 500 years up until now will be 500 years, and you still ain't got it together yet.
Well, the 500 in that 500 years, that was the punishment. Now that's when the punishment phase started happening. Once our people started compromising with the Islamic religion, we started having a lot of Mohammedans in our nation towards the end. That was bringing in a lot of Islam ideologies in our people, knowing that these were our long distant relatives of the Northern Kingdom. We knew that these brothers right here were supposed to be with us, but they didn't let them know the real deal, man.
So in 14, okay,
try to coexist with them brothers, even up to the point last kingdom that we see was Spain, where they were coexisting with the Mohammedans, black Muslims.
But the thing about it is,
brothers, they were living in the same land. They were just allowing them to have their own section gated communities, while we had ours. That right there led to the destruction of our people, man. You know what I mean?
But you got to understand,
you can't put no other God before God.
You was in power, and then after Christ died, I guess y'all lost. When did y'all lose power? 70 AD?
No, we lost power. Like I told you, I'd say we had a flourishing, powerful notable kingdom on a globally broken. I mean, at least in that area, to the known world in that area, recognized kingdom, and it started around 479, and it lasted all the way until the late 1400s, 1492.
Okay, 479.
So that was 1,000 years.
479, 1492.
Yeah, that was 1,000 years, give or take. So
okay, so when did you lose? So when did you lose power? Before, I mean, you left.
Man, I'm not gonna keep on fucking repeating myself, man. I said it.
No, I'm asking you a question.
I already said it.
Okay, now watch this.
Man. Why aren't we moving on? Why don't you say?
You had power. Well, I'm about to show you something. I'm about to show you the ridiculousness of what you're talking about.
There's no ridiculous.
From 479.
You ever heard of the Middle Ages? Huh?
Yeah.
That's when white people lost their rulership in Europe.
God.
Do you know who built the castles in Europe during the Middle Ages?
Negroes.
Okay, so
you
had power.
Like you say.
So your Negroes built castles and stuff and ruled from 479 AD to 1492, right? And then you lose power in 1492 for some reason. You get brought over here to America, according to you all, on slave ships, and then you basically is still into captivity up to this day, which is about another 500 years after that, right? It's been about 500 years.
It's been 400 years in America.
So y'all knew God from 479 to 1492. Y'all was obeying the commandments.
No,
you lost the power.
No,
Amen.
no. Wait, from
Amen.
479 to 1492, yeah, we knew it. But
Yes.
toward the end, we were breaking the commandments.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm just saying but you knew about the commandments.
That's what made the kingdom fall.
I got you. I'm saying, look, I'm I'm trying to go with you. So you knew the language too, right? Didn't y'all know the language from 479 to 1492?
And after that, it was the punishment. And we've been
Okay.
the whole time.
Okay, but didn't you know didn't y'all know y'all language?
I don't know if we knew our language, man, because at that time, you know what I'm saying, we was already coming out of the practicing of the Hebrew. And
No, I'm saying from 479 to 1492. I'm saying, didn't you know?
that's what I'm trying to say. By that time, we was already coming out of the practicing of the Hebrew. Hebrew was a language that was already dying at that time.
But how is your language dying when you? This is what I'm asking you.
Language that anybody.
Hold on, don't get frustrated, my friend. Don't get frustrated, my friend.
Because you're making.
Because I'm gonna get you. I got you. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Hold on. 479. Hold on, watch this. From 479 to 1492, y'all are in power. So I'm sure y'all knew y'all language and teaching your kids your language.
Listen, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't.
Yeah, it does. It makes a difference.
What difference?
It makes a difference because now from 1492 to 2022.
Tell me the difference that it should make.
I'm about to. So from 1492 to 2022, y'all almost basically completely lost everything: language, land, power, gold, silver, diamonds, your wives, your cattle. According to Deuteronomy 24, you done lost everything, right? Been reduced to nothing within 500 years. And so now you're saying you're going to get this kingdom back and do it right this time.
Is that a question or is that a statement?
That's a question.
Jeremiah 17:4, man, to answer your question. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from your heritage that I gave you, and I will cause you to serve your enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. They discontinue for our language, our heritage, man. You got to remember, man. I can't. I'm not too. I haven't looked into like what language were we speaking in Spain and stuff like that. But I can tell you this: when we got here in America, whatever language we were speaking, they forced us to stop speaking that language. All right.
Okay.
And they forced us to learn English and to learn their customs and their traditions.
I'm going with that. I'm going with that. I'm glad y'all saying all this. I'm glad you're putting this on. Hey, so now you trying to get this all, recover all this back. Yet none of you all groups is printing Bibles or any Torahs. None of y'all, as far as I know, is printing any Torahs or any Tanakhs or any daily or any school books, so your people can gravitate towards this royalty that you want to gravitate towards.
We don't need to print them. They've already been printed for us. What are you talking about?
Well, no. Listen to what I'm saying. The correct interpretations of these Bibles or these teachings that's in the Bible, y'all have not developed a curriculum where you have a curriculum in books that your children just go to and read y'all books on what the Bible is actually saying to bring y'all to this royalty of rulership and ruling the kingdom, your own kingdom again.
Why would somebody have to do that if they got classes where they have teachers to break it down to them?
Because y'all are, you really want me to answer that? Do you ask the question again? Ask the question again.
Why would someone have to print a curriculum type book when they have teachers over congregations to break down the scriptures to them properly?
So if you know how to break down the scriptures properly, wouldn't you want to put that in a book?
So you think that no Israelite groups have any books?
Okay, if y'all got books, then y'all need to merge together and print them books on a massive scale and distribute them out. So your people can know how to properly interpret the scriptures correctly when they're dealing with the opposition that's out there.
So what makes you think that what you just said is what we need to do? How do you know that's what we need to do?
Isn't
that your opinion?
Well, of course, it's my opinion, man.
So then why say what we need to do, especially when you don't even really know
Because I'm critiquing you all's profession.
But you're not in the schools with them to actually know what you're doing.
The profession that y'all have, y'all trying to tell me y'all gonna gain all these Israelites, and that the Bible is written by God, and that y'all gonna get all this power and glory back. Well, the way you're going about it, you're not gonna get it back.
That's your opinion, correct?
But it's a profound opinion.
Is it your opinion?
It's y'all opinion saying that this.
The question is what you just said your opinion?
It's my opinion, but you saying that you're the Israelites is your opinion as well. That's your opinion.
But the difference is with us,
because you got Caucasians that saying they're the Israelites.
Correct.
So that's your opinion as well. Am I not correct?
Correct. But the difference.
Correct.
But did you notice how fast I said correct? I agree with you, but here's the difference.
I agree with you. I said it was my opinion. I said it's my opinion.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Within the schools and the different organizations, because all Israelites ain't the same, I'm sure you know that. Whether it be a school or organization, a few brothers here and there, whatever it is, we believe what we're saying and we agree amongst each other. You don't even agree with this. So who are you to tell us what we should
That's
be
not
doing?
good enough. That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
It's good enough for us.
Yeah, because it's a religion. That's why it's good enough. Because it's a religion, and y'all gonna be teaching the same religion another 1,000 years from now. Because y'all never gonna do anything in reference to getting your own nation. Because all y'all do is gonna be teaching doctrine, and that's it, and debating and arguing. That's it. You're not gonna implement this.
Hold on, I just got one question.
You're not gonna implement it.
There's not people that is moved out.
But the Jewish people got books. They got curriculums. In fact, you can go to a university and get a whole Jewish. You can get a degree in Jewish or Hebrew studies, man. But y'all can't do nothing. Y'all got nothing going on.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, that's what you ever heard of Mighty Hebrew? He got something going on.
Right, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, but y'all ain't supporting Mighty Hebrew. Don't mention Mighty Hebrew.
Name more people.
Don't mention Mighty Hebrew.
Another person.
Okay,
RSUPK got something going. Listen, even though I don't agree with their doctrine, RSUPK got a congregation going on.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all don't try to justify y'all lack of success.
My point, to more relate to yours, Mighty Hebrew is the best example I can give right now.
But Mighty Hebrew, y'all don't even support. Y'all don't. Hey, the massive Hebrews, most of the Hebrews don't even support Mighty Hebrew like that.
Bro, you don't even know what you're saying, bro.
And you said, but yet y'all saying God wrote the Bible, but y'all can't even get millions of people to support y'all to build your own kingdom, man. Y'all ain't dealing with the correct God because God, the God that you're dealing with.
Let me say one thing, brothers, before y'all go. And peace, Shalom. I didn't even know that was you. You done changed up the name on me again.
Yeah, man. I tell you, man, like I tell you,
the God y'all dealing with is weak, man. The God y'all dealing with is weak.
Let me ask you one question. Really, here's what I really came up here to ask you, because yesterday I guess I got the wrong impression of you, so I wanted to get some clarity. Yesterday I asked you, did you believe in the Bible, and you gave me an answer. But today I heard you say some weird stuff. You were saying when Battle Axe and Akmalak was talking about how the text say that the Most High wrote it on the stone. I was listening for the whole time. So my question to you is this: what part of the Bible do you believe in?
I believe in the whole Bible, that it was written by human beings, and they're professing to be, they're saying God gave them the information. They're professing that God or this some God gave them the information. That's what I believe.
No, but okay, I'm with you. Hear what I'm saying though.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. You're saying that the God of the Bible are really just men who are writing that in the text. I heard you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I heard you. What I'm asking you though is, those men who wrote those words in the book, do you believe that the words that they wrote in the book are actually going to happen, are true words, or do you believe it's just stories that men wrote?
I believe that the information that's in the book has been maybe these people could possibly have read information of ancient people and got their information and then rewrote stories and maybe changed some names, changed some land names around and stuff like that. But for these to be authentic stories, no, these are not true, authentic stories. I don't believe that.
Got you. Okay. So now, so for example, I heard you. I'm listening very, very clearly. Now, for example, so when the scripture says, for example, that Elijah raised the dead boy who died or whatever, to you, that's not real, right?
I mean, I don't think somebody might have raised the dead boy, but it might have not been Elijah or something like that. You see what I'm saying? It could have been somebody in Africa that knew some medicine, medicine doctor who was able to bring forth somebody back from the dead, like they do in this day and time.
I understand.
So,
all right. So my last question.
Elijah didn't know that.
Hold on, my last question. Last question. Now you good. I'm just trying to get a feel for the brother because yesterday I thought he was a Bible believer, but today I see. Right. So here's my last question. Last question. So basically, matter of fact, let me end it like this. So what's your faith? Like what do you like base your life off, if anything?
I didn't really understand that question. Can you repeat that?
So, for example, I say I'm an Israelite.
What's your moral compass?
Right. I base my life off the scriptures. I believe everything in the book is legit. That's my life. That's what I live off. What do you base your life off?
Morality.
Moral anchor. Where do you get your guidance?
More morality and standards of codes of conduct can be pulled from different books as well as from different.
But what do you do? I'm asking you specifically. You
That's
individually.
What I do. That's what I do. I don't limit my standards to one particular source or one particular group of people.
Right. So multiple books. You pull from different sources.
Not just books, just life in general. I mean, I learn from history. I learn from observation. You see what I'm saying? And then
where do you learn this history from that you're talking about? Where do you learn this history?
I just said I use whatever. It could be a Bible. It can be African traditional religions. It can just be a number of things.
So would you say, based on what you just said, that your moral compass is really just the opinion of men who told you certain stories that you read about and chose to believe?
No. A lot of my moral standards come from what I decide was right and good for me.
Right. So your moral compass is then subjective. It's based on how you feel about things, correct?
It's got to be, because I'm an individual person and I got my own mind. So I can't read a book and say, hold on, but let me just explain this though. So you can really hear me out. I mean, understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. If I don't use my own mind, then what do I got it for?
You should use your own mind. I agree.
So what I'm saying is I look at information, I weigh it out, I see how can this be beneficial to me and my life and my future or my present. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, so I'm critiquing things. I'm critiquing
I have no
things.
problem with what you're saying. I'm just literally trying to get some understanding. So here's my question. So if what you do in your life is based off of your own mind, which we all use our minds, so okay, but you formulate your opinions of what you think is right and wrong based on what you feel internally, personally yourself. If that is the case, my question to you is, what is wrong with the other person who feels like, you know what, in my opinion and in my mind, I think it's cool to go kill people. And that's how I feel. So it shouldn't be no problem. Is that person wrong or right?
You talking about murdering somebody?
Whoever. If somebody says, I feel like killing people is a good thing, that's how I feel in my mind, is that person right or wrong?
In their eyesight, they're going to be right.
No, I'm asking you. Is that person right?
I'm giving you my. I'm giving you my.
I don't want you to tell me how they're in their mind. I'm asking you based on what you believe and what you feel. Would that person be wrong if they decide they just want to kill people?
If they just want to murder people, I would say that's wrong.
Why? Why is that wrong? That's what they think is right.
I know, but you asked me how I feel about it.
Yeah, but what makes you right and them wrong? If both of y'all just
I didn't say
how
y'all wrong. Feel. I said to me that's wrong.
Right, but why?
Because that's not my standard.
But that's so. Wait, so you get to decide what's right and wrong?
No, I didn't say I decide what's right and wrong for them.
No, I'm saying overall, brother. That's the point.
I'm answering your question, but you're trying to make me. I'm saying.
No, I'm just showing you the ridiculousness of what you're saying.
No, you're not. What you did. You're not listening. You're not listening to what I said.
I'm listening.
You asking me, do I think what he's doing is wrong? Yes, but I didn't say. Okay, well, I'm gonna say. I didn't say. Well, God said.
I'm talking about God. I'm talking about you.
Right. So I'm saying. It's wrong to just be out there murdering people for unjust reason. I'm saying that now we will have to come together as a group and say, okay, well, what's the consensus going to be?
Now watch this.
But far as saying that
you're getting there, good.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not just like
Bro,
You know,
it's okay. You get
I'm
in
not
there.
saying that
So
that's
you said
right.
basically, if you feel one thing is right and this other person feels something else is right, so y'all would have to come together at some point to get a consensus about right and wrong. Correct?
That would be good if we're trying to live together in peace. Yes, if we're trying to live
Okay.
together in
Now
peace.
you're
Yes,
almost
yes,
there.
sir. Yes,
You're
sir.
almost
Yes, sir.
there. Now
Yes,
now
sir.
watch this. How do you two decide which one is right when both of y'all got different opinions?
Starts with a C.
That's a good question. What's your
I
name?
know. Volume,
No,
bro.
I like that question.
Compromise.
This is what I'm saying. So you have to, people have to really work on that to get to become it, to be truly in agreement and in harmony.
How
That
brother?
takes work.
How? That's the question. How?
How do you do that?
That's how.
Through communication, through communicating, weighing all the options and weighing different avenues, weighing everything out and stuff, man, to the
Now
best of your ability.
Because you trying to stay above the water. So let me help you.
I'm
Here's the
always
thing.
going above the water.
Here's
I'm
the
always
thing,
gonna
brother.
go above
Here's
the
the
water.
thing.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
All right, cool. And just so you know, bro, I'm not mad or nothing. I'm just kicking.
No, y'all cool. Y'all cool,
Yeah.
brothers. Battle X. I mean, I've been dealing with Battle X, man. All y'all
Gotcha.
brothers are good, man.
All right,
I
let's
just
keep
don't
on,
agree with
because
it.
you
I just don't agree
almost
with
there.
everything.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You almost there. Now watch this. The problem, what you just said, is if you feel strongly convicted in your stance and the other person feels strongly convicted in their stance, there ain't gonna be no compromise. Because if you really believe you right, you can't change how you feel, because then you be fake to yourself.
I got you. So let me elaborate. So let me say let me say something on that. Let me say something on that. So I believe in the concept, how can two walk together except they being agreed? Unless they deceiving each other. Unless they deceiving each other, that's the only way you can do that. So I agree with what you're saying. So how do we solve
this?
What? So I'm about to show you. So you solve it by, you got your nation over there, I got my nation over here. That's what nations do anyway.
So basically, what you gonna do in your world is create a world that's just divided all up and no one gets along.
No, let me respond to what you're saying, and I'm trying to be calm with this. That's why you got North Korea and South Korea. Evidently, they're not in harmony and agreement with each other.
That's a problem. See what I'm saying, is what you're about to create is the world we live in right now, which already is jacked up.
Okay,
all you're gonna do is, if I leave you in charge, all you're gonna do is recreate this same thing we doing right now, where everybody's divided and there is no peace.
I got a question. Hold on, I got a question for you. I got a question for you because you asked me a question. So like, okay, so like you say no peace, but you can have peace being divided. That's a possibility. Did you know that?
Unless y'all come across each other and now y'all both want that same piece of meat.
Hey, well, okay, but we do agree that you can be divided, you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, and be in peace. That is a possibility. Do we agree with that though?
Unless y'all both want the same thing. That's the point.
That's the point. Then it's going.
So let me just end this, because I don't want to hog up the panel. I don't want to hog up the panel. So let me just end this, brother. Let me. Yeah, let me tell you how you could have got out of this trap. It's real simple.
I like the trap. Actually, I like
the way you could have got out this trap is by understanding what Battle Axe and Akmalak been trying to explain to you all night. When you have an objective opinion, a subjective opinion like yourself, you always gonna lose, because anybody else who have a different perspective, they got the same right as you to say, well, this is what I believe. The only way to solve that problem, brother, is for there to be another source besides y'all two, external from both of you, that has a objective perspective, which means it's the ultimate truth, and
now,
nothing
like
can change it.
Now watch this.
Hold on. I'm not done.
Okay.
The only way you get that is if you understand that there is something outside of yourself that has to be true, no matter how anybody else feels about it. And guess what that is, brother? That's God.
Okay, then guess what? See, the thing about it is, all that sounded good, what you said. But the only thing about this, God, that's objective, that's subjective too. Because what you say God say, I might say God didn't say that. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the problem.
You're saying that, but how do you prove that? Here's the thing. You just
I'm not just hold on. Let me answer that. Because I'm not just saying that. Everybody, that's why you got the world like you say. That's why the world is like it is now. Because the Baptist is saying God saying this, the Jewish man is saying God saying that, the Hebrew man is saying God saying this, and the Catholic man is saying God saying this. So that's already existing anyway.
So you want me to
so what's your point?
Did you? Oh, my point. I got a point. What you did was you took what I was saying and then made another argument based off of it. That's called straw manning. So if we go back to what I was saying, my point was to show you that when it comes to truth, there has to be. What my point was, there has to be a objective truth. There has to be, just by definition.
Okay. So can you slow down for a minute?
Sure.
I want to walk with you but you're moving kind of fast. You smart man. You slow down for me now. So
no problem,
what I'm saying is, so you saying there's having to be an objective truth. Can you go explain that for a minute?
Yes.
What you mean by that?
Because we know, for example, right? 1 + 1, no matter how you try to flip it, is going to always come out to be 2, right? That's an objective truth. No matter how I feel, if I say, well, my mother told me it was 7, I could say that all day long. It don't change the fact that it's actually 2.
Okay.
That's objective truth. Something that
has
math,
to
be
that's
true.
Math. Okay, that's math, but that's math.
Well, in Hebrew, the word truth. Listen, in Hebrew, the word truth is emet or amath, and you hear amath, math. Math is the truth. So, yes.
Okay, so we did. Okay, so math is the truth. Yes. So now, Deuteronomy 28, Genesis. That's not necessarily math. That's somebody saying what somebody said. Somebody said.
You want me to tell you how that is math in Deuteronomy 28?
Well, hold on. I'm gonna show you why that's subjective truth. Because I just showed you the same when the Muslims read that book, they get an interpretation. When the Hebrews read this book, they get a different interpretation. When the Jewish people read this book, they get an interpretation. When the Mormons read this book, they get an different interpretation.
Okay.
So this book is subjective as well. The information is in it.
No. The book is not subjective. People
dump you on your head right now.
Right. People come up with their own opinions. But as I said, there's only one truth. People can say whatever they want, but there's only one truth. Now let me show you how Deuteronomy 28 is math.
So you say it's only one truth, but do you know how many preachers? Do you know how many different types of preachers and priests and prophets say there's only one truth?
Thousands of them.
But you don't even agree on what they be talking about. So I don't understand.
Because that doesn't change what I said. I just told you my mother could raise me teaching me that 5 + 5 is 100. Mm-hmm. I'll believe that my whole life. It don't mean it's true.
Yep.
There's only one truth.
But give me something in the Bible that's one truth that everybody agrees with. No, give me 3, 4 or 5 things, maybe 10. Give me something in scripture that all people agree upon.
You're not
regardless.
Listening. What I'm telling you is it don't matter if people agree or not. It don't change the fact that it's true.
How is it true?
Missing.
How is it but it's okay, so the truth is subjective then to people.
No, belief is subjective. Truth.
If it's the truth, why aren't people agreeing?
Because the scriptures tell you that people hate the truth, but they rather believe a lie. That's why.
Yeah, but you can read, but you got people that will read the same truth that you read and say, here, in this part of the Bible, it contradicts that.
Because they don't understand the truth. That's the point.
So maybe they don't think it's the truth. Then.
Right. You heard what you just said? They don't think it's the truth. But it don't change the fact that it is.
But you think it's the truth. So what makes you, again, that goes back to what you were telling me. So you saying something is right. I'm saying something ain't right. So what's true to you ain't necessarily true to me.
Because in that scenario, you don't have understanding. Go ahead, Shalimar. Go ahead.
But I might be saying, you don't have
how to answer that question, bro. He just told you the answer to that question. Objective observation. Correct. Observations outside of yourself.
Man, if y'all had
things outside of yourself, right? That you can
No, it shouldn't be things outside of yourself. It should be things.
Right?
It should be things within inside of yourself.
It's real short. It's that's what confirms what's inside of you. Like, what confirms that you're you is the fact that you have parents, right? Right or wrong?
What I'm saying is objective. I don't.
Right or wrong?
If something is objective, right? Like you said,
so how is that subjective? What I just said is that subjective?
Okay, ask the question again.
Your parents prove you exist for you inwardly, right or wrong? Because they made you, and you know that they made you, right? Therefore, you know that you exist because of them. That's something outside of yourself.
No, I prove that I exist.
I prove that I exist because they created me, right?
Okay, that's cool. If you, but I got another way of dealing with that. But that's fine. So I want to deal with this Bible. You saying that's objective truth, but if the Bible is objective truth, then there would be everybody would agree to it, just like you just said in math. Hold on. No. It is true because you better be consistent. You said 1 + 1 is 2, right?
Yes.
What nation on this earth gonna disagree with that?
1 + 1 is not always 2.
Because
one man and one woman don't always make 2 children. So
because they were taught that collectively. That's the point. Everybody wasn't taught the same doctrine from the Bible. That's literally what I'm trying to explain to you, brother.
No, I respect
everybody
that.
Everybody was taught that 1 + 1 is 2. So everybody collectively agrees. But everybody wasn't taught the same doctrine. So that's why you have 1,000 different opinions.
Okay, no, I think that's
1 + 1 ain't always 2. So I mean, 1 woman, 1 man don't equal 2 children.
No, your man, your
3, sometimes it equals 1.
No, but hold on. Your brother gave a mathematical example that 1 + 1 = 2. Cost of so
right.
That's
as far
why
as a single plus a single, but Shalimar is saying that you have 2 come together, they can make a third. We get it. You got to be able to move with the conversation, bro.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that we're in agreement that 1 + 1 = 2. I mean, what nation? I'm saying when it comes to math, on the basic mathematical level, I don't know no nation that says 1 + 1 = 2. Correct. So what I'm saying
they
is
were all taught that collectively.
Okay, so you're saying the problem is since we're not all taught, since all nations are not. What I think actually all nations are taught the Bible.
Not the same way.
You say not the same way?
They're not all taught the same way. For example, some people believe I'm gonna just use something real easy. Some people believe the snake in the garden or the serpent was a man. Some people think it was actually the devil. Some people think it was a snake that was walking who lost his legs and fell on his belly. People got all types of interpretations because there was no one teaching that happened to the masses at one time. So you have a whole bunch of different beliefs on basic verses.
Okay, but it's still subjective because you're saying you're going to teach it this way.
That is subjective. How people believe is subjective. But the truth is not subjective. I don't know why you're having a hard time understanding.
No, because you're not being consistent, my friend.
I'm being extremely consistent. Let me say it one more time and I'll give you the floor. What I'm saying is there is one truth that the Bible is teaching, right? Now,
no, it's not.
Listen,
it's not one
hold on,
truth.
brother.
No.
I'm giving you my understanding so I can be consistent.
Okay.
What I'm saying is there is one truth to the book. But since God himself didn't come down and gather all the people on the earth in one sitting and say, this is what I mean. That now what happens is different people read the book and come to their own conclusions based on their personal reading. But that doesn't mean that when it was inspired by God, he didn't have one truth. Do you not understand that?
No, I got you. I want to use your illustration. I don't think whoever created the moon and the stars and the sun came down and gathered all nations and says, okay, y'all, 1 + 1 mathematically, when we're dealing with math, is going to equal 2, okay?
But why would you say that when that has nothing to do with...
No, I'm using the same example. So of course, the creator that created the heavens and the stars and the moon did not come together and tell them, okay, this Bible is this and this is what it means.
Okay.
So of course. But it's kind of interesting how nations can come together and agree what math is and what arithmetic is and the measurements is and agree on those measurements, but yet they don't agree when they can't come together and agree on what this book is saying.
Because the Bible is a spiritual book, brother. Do you that's why yesterday I actually thought you was a believer, but today I realized you don't believe. You're not a believer. You just
I'm a believer. Of course,
no, you're not. No, you don't believe. You just told Battle Axe of Akmalat. Y'all think God actually wrote on a stone when the book says it? You don't believe, bro.
For real.
I don't believe that because I don't have to. There's no commandment says believe that. The way you teaching it. There's no commandment. This is what I'm saying.
Hold on.
There's no commandment.
It's all about belief. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is there's no. I don't have to believe that like that.
Real quick. When the Most High told Abraham, even at your old age, you're going to bear seed. Abraham didn't disbelieve that. He believed that. That was counted as righteousness.
That's right.
Man, you're going on a story, man. That's not math.
That's the Bible, bro. That's why I said you're not a believer. You don't believe what's in the book.
No, I believe in the Bible. I just don't believe in it the way you do.
You don't believe what's written in the book.
Yesterday. But I told you that yesterday, though.
You don't believe in how it's written.
I do believe in how it's written, but I don't have to.
Mean when it says that Abraham he believed and God counted that as righteousness. What does that mean?
Right.
It means that whoever's telling this story, they're saying that Abraham believed in what he was told or communicated or what he came up with his own mind, and then so he went to. It's just like if you believe.
Hold on, wait. Where's say any of that at? Where's say he came up with something in his own mind, bro?
Because if God's speaking to you, then you can't necessarily prove to nobody God spoke to you. But I'm just gonna say that in your mind, your conscience said, you know what, I'm gonna open up a grocery store.
You don't believe, bro.
Hold on,
you're a non-believer.
I'm about to show you something. And if you truly believe that you're gonna start implementing action to open up your own grocery store. So Abraham believed that he's supposed to go down into Canaan or whatever, and so he did that. So that's all that story is saying. If you believe and you see yourself doing something, then you got to put it into action. That's what I'm getting from that. Not literally that God has, said. No, God said, hey, God says, oh, okay, you open up a grocery store. Okay, you can say God told you that, but that's your soul telling you to do that.
So again, you don't believe. Now, here's the thing. I ain't mad at you for
I do believe, but you said that.
I'm not mad at you for your stance. I just want you to be honest about your stance.
But you're telling me I don't believe because I don't see it the way you see it.
No,
That's wrong,
brother.
Man.
It's not because you don't see it like I see it. I'm not even talking about the deeper hitting meaning behind the story. I'm not mad at that. All of us do that. We all read the Bible and understand that there's a deeper message within the text.
I gave the deep message.
Hold on, brother. I'm not mad at that. What I'm saying to you is when we read the scriptures, right? Everybody else minus you. If it says that God spoke to Abraham, you know what that means to us? That means God spoke to Abraham. That ain't what it means to you, which means you don't believe what's written. I
do mean that. And no, I do believe what's written. I just don't believe it the way you believe.
You don't believe what it says, bro.
But that's the danger of what you're doing. That could be dangerous because you want to say, well, he don't believe, but then I could turn around and say, you know what? You don't believe. I can say the same thing about you.
Do it right now. Show me. Give me an example.
You don't believe because I can say you don't believe because you're interpreting it. You're not interpreting it the way I interpret it.
No. But I'm believing the exact words it says you're not. So which one of us?
I am believing the exact words.
So watch this. So did God speak to Abraham?
Yes, God in his head. God, the God that's in everybody's mind.
See?
The God that's see.
You have to add something I don't.
No, because I'm explaining it. I'm explaining it. What's the purpose of having a teacher? A teacher's supposed to explain things, right?
Okay, so watch this. So does God exist outside of Abraham's head?
Yes.
So why can't that God that exists outside of Abraham's head speak to Abraham? Why it had to be only in his head?
God talks to me outside of my head through my mom or through my brother, through you.
Okay, so but we ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the Most High God, whatever name you use for him. I don't know.
Okay, well, when you say the Most High God speaking to you outside of you, what do you mean? You're not even showing me. At least I'm giving you details.
All right, I'll do it right now, brother. I'll do it right now. I'm talking about all I'm talking about is according to the text. I don't know why this is so difficult.
The texts don't give you no details either. It don't say.
Let me show you detail. Watch this. I need you to listen real close. I'm gonna show you the detail the text gives. It's as clear as it's ever going to be. Watch this. And Yahweh or Yahweh thy God spoke to Abraham. That's not hard to understand.
Man, do you know how many ways you can interpret that, man?
I know how many ways you can interpret it.
Okay, but not just me. You want to just center it on me. Y'all want to just center it on me as if I'm the only one to talk like this. I'm not the only one to talk like this.
Nah, you're not, brother. I give you that.
Come on, y'all gotta come on. No, I gave you that.
So what about this one? What about this one? I gave you that. You're right. What about this one? When it says the Lord God spoke from heaven unto Abraham. How about that one? You believe that?
Yes.
So okay. So when it says he spoke from heaven unto Abraham, you don't have no problem with that?
No problem with that because I'm gonna interpret that heaven. I'm gonna interpret that heaven the way I see heaven.
Okay. See, I was trying to what do you mean, brother? Give me the interpretation.
Wow. Okay, so when God speaks to you from heaven, that can be saying God spoke to you from your mind because your mind is a symbolically or can be literally or figuratively heaven. And I'm not the only one that teach that.
Okay, so when the Most High speaks from heaven, you're saying this is some experience you're having within your mind. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's an internal voice, right? So here's my question.
And also, I want to add this, that heaven can also be the voice of your mother. Because sometimes when your mother speaks to you, it can be so soothing. Hold on. I'm just want to give you.
That's not what the Bible talking about, though.
But no, you're saying it's not saying that. I'm saying it is.
Show me an example. Give me one verse in the book where it says that God spoke from heaven, and it says, but really it was his mother's soothing
It don't
voice.
say that. I'm giving you an interpretation.
So what are you saying?
No, I'm saying, so I'm explaining what that means. If a little kid say, okay,
we talking about the Bible. We talking about the Bible.
I'm saying, but little kids read the Bible. And they taking this stuff and they saying, okay, well,
all right, I'm gonna fall back. I'm talking a lot. Let me give.
No, watch this. They're gonna say, how did he do that? How did he do that?
No,
children gonna want to know. Well, what do they mean by that? And I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna tell them, and I'm gonna show them. I'm not gonna be tricking them and saying
you're not gonna show them in the Bible. You're not gonna show them that in the Bible.
No, I'm explain. No, they're gonna ask. No. The children gonna ask you. Okay, what do they mean by that? And I'm gonna explain to them.
No, you're going to tell them something with no proof.
You don't have no proof either.
Yes, I do.
Voice, what a voice said. You didn't say it was a voice. Okay,
yes,
so how did it sound? How did it sound? How did it sound?
Was it loud? What? He didn't speak to me. He spoke to Abraham.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. If that happened, then has God spoken to you like that?
You mean me personally?
Yeah.
So the way that I've heard the Most High, it wasn't an audible sound. It was a knowing within my spirit.
Okay, then that's all I'm saying, and that's what that was.
Wait, but the difference between me is I'm not Abraham, and I wasn't called from my homeland and told by the Most High to leave from my family and depart into it. That's the difference, bro.
Watch this. Watch this. I got you. Watch this. If God won't do that today, I have 100% doubt that he did that back then. However he's talking to, so hold on. So however God's talking to us now, that's how God talked to our ancestors back then.
Who said he won't do that today?
So God used books to talk to people back then in the beginning of time.
I'm saying however God. No, I said however God is. No, that's not. No. Hold on. Let me respond to that. Let me give you.
You said that yourself.
Let me give you religion. That is not the only way God talks to us now. God talks to us through oral tradition, through media, through all kind of ways, man, and through our inner soul, our conscious. So in dreams and visions. So God is the way. This is what I'm saying. To be consistent with children and intelligent minds, however God dealt with us back then, I mean, now that's how God dealt with us back then. That's all I'm saying.
You can't say that though, because we have things now that didn't exist back then. Ways that we can communicate now that we couldn't communicate.
I'm not saying that's the only way. I'm saying, listen, you're not listening. You pay
like that, otherwise.
No, you pay attention. If you went and say, okay, are you saying I said through media? I just said through media, man. I said through media and through oral tradition, through books, through our parents, through our brothers and sisters and uncles, our aunties, our grandparents. It's not like a limited way. God is. I feel like the eternal power has unlimited ways of communicating with us.
I'm following. Go ahead.
Does God dwell in sinners? Does God speak to you through sinners?
All right, so we're done with what we just was talking about. So let's deal with that.
No, we're not, because that got to do with what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I feel like the Creator speaks to sinners. Yeah, of course.
No,
what you call sinners? Yeah.
Does God dwell? So God dwells in sinners?
Okay, do he speak through sinners or do he dwell through sinners?
Does he dwell in sinners?
God is in everybody, man. In some type of way.
Okay, well, let's get it.
Because that same sinner and wicked person that he might help you with a flat tire one day. You might not have a spare and be like, hey man, I'll take you, go get you a spare or whatever.
Wait a minute. Well, okay, wait a minute. So you're saying that God speaks to you, but he doesn't listen to you back. If you're a sinner, he doesn't even listen to you, according to Luke 9:31.
Okay, what does Luke 9:31 say?
It says, now we know that God hears not sinners.
All right, do you know what that means?
Yeah, it was talking about Proverbs 15:29.
Okay, what that say?
that the Lord God is far from the ungodly, but the righteous, him is who he hears.
Oh, my bad, y'all.
Okay, so so when you say he's far from, okay, I didn't hear that last part because you went low.
He said he's far from the. I'll show you. Look, 15:29. He said, "The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous."
Okay, when he's talking about far from the wicked, he's not saying that he's not like there in the sense of the Creator feels, according to what I learned in theology, the Creator fills the earth, right, with his power and his energy.
It's talking about he's not listening. That's what it says. It's talking about in contrast. That's what the statement is. It's in it gives you the contrast. First, it gives you the first statement, but then it states the contrast.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand the point you're making there.
The contrast is he's far from the wicked. I mean, this is the statement. He's far from the wicked. And the contrast is he hears the prayer of the righteous, which is automatically suggesting he doesn't listen to the wicked.
Correct.
No, it don't. See, when I read that, it don't. That's not what I get from that.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem.
That's not a problem. Actually, that's good because now you get to hear you get to hear perspectives from other people that's not necessarily your perspective, and you may can grow from it, and you may not. It just depends.
You can't. Let me tell you why you can't. Let me tell you why you can't. And I'm gonna fall back again, but this is important. Actually,
don't fall back because I want to elaborate.
What I mean by fall back is not just dominate the panel. I'm still here. Here's what I mean. Isaiah 8:20 says this, bro. I need you to listen. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So that's why we can't afford to just let you rock out and tell us what you think it means based on your opinion. Because if you don't speak according to what the words say, we are told you're in darkness and we can't listen to you, bro.
Of course, I got you. I know, because this is your manuscript, so I can understand that. And you taking
it should be yours, but the fact that it's not, that's why I said you're not a believer.
This is your manuscript, but you're taking everything literal and you taking everything as if. Listen, this is what I'm trying to show you something, man. Let me just show you something. The Creator deals with sinners, in my opinion. He speaks to sinners. He blesses sinners. And when I'm just using the word sinner, because that's what y'all use, because I don't necessarily mean because to me they might not be a sinner. So what I'm saying is,
so our definition of sinner is different from yours?
Yeah.
What's a sinner to you?
Well, I can't say. Well, sinner.
Why is that a hard question?
Because sinner, he said sinner.
I'm asking you your definition. I don't know why you struggling telling me what you believe. What's a sinner to you?
Well, I don't really have a definition at this second because I didn't create the word sinner. So I will have to look up what the humans have said the word means.
So then how do you know that yours is different from ours if you don't even know what you mean by it?
Because y'all think sinners is somebody who is a prostitute, and I don't necessarily.
Wait. No. That's not what sinner means, brother. Do you know what sin is according to the Bible?
Okay. Well, what's a sinner then?
According to the Bible, sin is the transgression of the law.
No, not sin. What's a sinner? What's a sinner?
A sinner would be someone who transgresses the law.
Right. And so y'all think a prostitute who transgresses, which is transgressing the law to you all, y'all think that person is a sinner, and I don't think that person is a sinner. So I don't.
And that's why you're not a believer.
Facts.
No, yeah, I am a believer. I just believe the way I believe. I got my own mind. Remember that. I said that. Remember, I already said that.
The heart is desperately wicked above all things. Who can know it, brother?
Whose heart is desperately wicked?
You just said, I believe it how I believe it. That ain't how it works in this. That's not how it works.
I don't supposed to believe it. Well, hold on. I ain't gonna say that because I do believe some things the way you believe, but I don't necessarily have to believe everything the way you believe.
I'm not talking about brother. I'm not talking about specifically because everybody on this panel has some differences of how we see certain things. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about the overall basic stuff, brother. It's no debate about what sin is. The Bible defines it. It's transgression of the law.
Okay, I got that. But you're saying being a prostitute is a transgression of the law.
Because in the law it says, "Do not prostitute thy daughters to be prostitutes." Bro, what you talking about?
Okay, well then don't prostitute your daughter.
right down the street.
A grown woman.
You on some other stuff.
Is a grown woman your daughter? And guess what? We're not even Israelite. We're not Israel.
No, you're not Israel. Don't say what I'm not.
Okay, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, you're saying you Israel, but is that your name?
My name is Volume, but who I am as a person is an Israelite.
Con.
But how are you? Okay, no problem. So now this is getting where I guess we need to go.
Oh, peace to Asiatic. I just seen that, and the sister Nala, I believe is how you say it. But go ahead, bro.
So if you Israel, excuse me. So if you Israel, then how do you know the Caucasian and the Jewish man says they Israel?
Oh my goodness. Is that a real question?
Ethiopians say they Israel. I'm trying to understand, like, how are you Israel? In what way?
Brother, the reason why that don't make sense to you is because you're not a believer. If you knew what the book says, you would know how we know we Israel.
I'm saying
that's literally the point.
Man, I'm asking you.
Okay, I'll tell you. Because when I look at the Bible and what it says in the prophecies, guess who they line up with? Me and my people. Guess who they don't line up with? The people over there in our land acting like they us. That's how I know.
Oh, okay. So that's how you know you Israel. Well, that's not good enough because
because you're not a believer.
No, it's not that. Because those prophecies don't line up. All of them don't. All of them, or all those statements in the Bible do not line up with the Negro.
They don't?
No, not all of them. Just some of them.
Okay.
And it's an individual thing on top of that.
Got you. All right.
But the ones that I did bring up does plague us. I'm not saying that it doesn't. Other people don't go through it, but it does plague us. We are plagued with lack of generational wealth, as in, you know what I'm saying, in comparison to everybody else. And we do have money management issues. We don't.
Okay, now watch this. But do you know why? You saying it's the Bible. I'm gonna tell you why. I got a friend, educated brother. He's an accountant.
No, I didn't say that with the Bible. I was saying that is a byproduct of our wicked lifestyles.
No, it's not. I'm gonna tell you what.
Actually,
he said no, it's not.
It's not.
During the slavery and after slavery and things like that. Like, this was all a tightly knitted, intricate, detailed punishment that is divine, has divine retribution written all over it, man. Like, this is what I need you to this is not no retribution from the Creator. I didn't say retribution, I mean divine punishment written all over it.
This is not divine punishment from the Creator. You know what this is from? This is from a group of people
because it lines up with the Bible.
Correct.
Okay, I'm about to show you something. This is a group of people who consented together to oppress another so-called group of people.
Wait, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to interrupt you, but which people consented together to oppress which people? I just want to understand you.
This is a group of people or conglomerate of people or conglomerate of nations who have agreed to do this.
To us?
Towards the Negroes in particular.
You realize you just quoted Psalms 83, right? For the nations are confederate against us, they came together. The Bible just told you.
I know. Listen, man, hold on. I did not say. I said I believe in the Bible, but in my way. So certain things that's in the Bible, certain statements in the Bible is true. I agree on that. But I don't need but the Bible is not the only thing that says this thing.
What else says it?
You can't be lukewarm, man.
What else says what you just said? What other material you read that say that?
Hold on, I'm gonna show you. African, what they call it, Pan-Africans teach the same concept. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I heard Dr. Henry Clark teach that same concept, and they didn't use no Bible verse. So what I'm saying is,
so you think that people have to quote a verse to talk about it?
What I'm saying is they're not. What they're saying is they learn it from history. They looking at history on how all the nations.
You said what else says it, and you went.
You responded
with who else said it? No,
you don't let me finish. Let me finish.
Because I asked you what book says it, and then you answered
what I'm saying it's in the Bible, but it don't say it's talking about the Negro in particular. It don't say that word.
It says it's talking about Israel.
I know. So it don't even say Negro. So
it says Israel.
Okay, you asked me a question. I'm trying to get the answer out. I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm saying that what I'm saying is that my friend talks about capitalism, and he says that in order for capitalism to work, you got to have an oppressed people or a group of people that you're going to keep down on the bottom.
That's true.
And they chose or selected the Negro to be the ones on the bottom. Okay. And so he educated me on that. And that confirms basically Psalms 83 and verse 1, 2, or whatever, how many verses that's in there. So certain things that's in the Bible is the truth, and we can identify with it, but to try to say that everything is in the book and identifying it in the way that other people, that some of the Israelites identifying with, I don't agree with how they identifying with that, because these people have used this book to say, okay, look, y'all cursed people because y'all disobeying God. And no, that's not why we curse. We curse because you have made a system in your mind and created a system through paperwork and things like that nature to try to oppress a certain people so your capitalism can work.
Okay, but
and
brother,
that's what my man was teaching.
I agree with you as far as what you said about capitalism. We understand that's the system. You must have an underclass to oppress in order to capitalize on. We get it.
That's powerful, right?
Right.
So
but hold on. But wait. Of course. But that's ABC 1, 2, 3 elementary. Here's the point. The fact that they're doing exactly what the Bible said would happen is the proof that the Bible is real.
That's not proof.
See,
I'm gonna show you why. Let me show you why. Akbalak.
Wait, real quick. Look at where your understanding got people in the chat saying they're calling that a slave book now. You know, because of people like you.
No, man, they're not doing that. They're doing that because they did that. They was doing that before they even heard me talk. Don't put that on me, man. They got their own mind, man.
No, it was people
but
like
they got their own mind, man. These are grown people, man.
Rhetoric. No, hold on. Because people know right from wrong, but it's called disobedience. When you're allowing certain things to go down, they're going to agree with you. Be like, okay, I got another one on my team. I'm not the only one.
Okay, I got you, Akbalak, but check this out.
Don't want to obey or listen to that commandment right there.
But let me show you something, Akbalak.
I want to obey or listen to that commandment. So guess what? Just throw it all away.
Watch this. No, this is what I'm
doing. All on panel. Now you got another girl in here.
Watch this. Watch this, Akbalak. Akbalak, check this out. And my man I was just speaking to. Now watch this. So you got to understand the devil. Excuse me, the devil. He rewrites these manuscripts. He puts his own spin on it. He puts these truths in it, so we can think that this book is our book, and that we some wicked people, and that we deserve to be oppressed by a certain system that's out here being presented out here. But that's a lie. See, I'm not falling for that no more. So what I'm saying is, yeah, it's truth in the book, but it's truth in comic books. But I know the comic books is a comic book. And I know the Bible is the Bible. I take it for what it is. I'm not gonna. And some women told me, don't worship the book, and that the book is not above you. The book is not above me.
Worship the book, brother.
Right. And the book is not greater. This book is not greater than me. And that's what y'all doing. Y'all making this book.
No. What we're saying is, because obviously, I hope everybody here knows that we ain't supposed to worship the book. Of course.
Come on now. Yeah.
What we're saying, brother, is that the God that we're talking about had truths written within the book so that we could read it to get understanding of what to do and not to do that would help us prosper in this world. That's all we're saying, bro.
The ancestors had wrote this stuff down for us before the Bible, and it was not no Israelite stuff.
What's the book? Give me the name so I can get it.
Hold on.
But you could kill me right now. Just give me the book title that you're talking about right now.
I don't have any particular books.
So you're just talking then?
No, I'm not. I'm saying our ancestors spoke things and they wrote things down. Caucasians ain't the first people that started writing stuff down. I just want you to know that.
Caucasians ain't write the Bible.
They did write this Bible.
No, they didn't. That's ridiculous.
Whatever Bible you got in your hand right now, I guarantee you Caucasians had that.
Are you talking about who printed it or who wrote it, brother? Two different things. Which one are you talking about?
It's not the two different things.
Don't say it's not two different, brothers. Printing something and writing something is not the same. I know you can't be serious right now.
Yeah,
okay, okay. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Of a book,
in some cases, it's the same.
He made the author of a book writes one book and then Somebody else prints it.
Correct.
Okay, let me show y'all the deceitfulness of Satan. It's like Martin Luther King. They edit his speeches to make it sound and fit their agenda, whoever the person is, right? Whoever the group is. They did our ancestors' information like that. They edit our information and then put it in a book and said this. They got us believing that it's us, but that's edited information. It's not even the precise and accurate information that we was necessarily communicating. So what I'm saying is, they do rap like that. They do people with that. They talk on the news like that. They so they doing that.
We got it. They doing that. Okie doke on us is what you're saying. So watch this. I got you, brother.
Saying, hold on. So what it is? The old people tell me, okay, don't throw away the Bible. You go on, you get the good. It takes maturity to do this. You get the good out of it. You use it to win. You use it to win in your personal life and in your collective life with your brothers and sisters. That's what you're saying. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not gonna worship the book, and I'm not gonna put the book above my own mind. I cannot put this book above my mind. My mind is greater than this book.
Okay. So here's my last point, because I gotta actually go to class at 7:00. Time be flying when I come up here. So let me just get this last point out. Here's the problem with what you're saying. And I understood what you were saying. What you're saying basically is they took this book, put their spin on it, so that when we read it, we'll get confused and think that these things are true and we're cursed and they'll be able to control us like that. I get everything you're saying. I understand you. But here's the problem with what you're saying. The Bibles that we have today, if you say the King James Version, for example, a lot of people like that version. That comes from a certain manuscript called the Textus Receptus, right? You can actually read the manuscript, the original manuscript, or at least the earliest one we have, and see that what it says in the manuscript actually is what's translated into the English in the King James. Or if you want to deal with the ESV or the NLT or whatever version of the Bible you're dealing with, right? You know those come from actual manuscripts that we still have, correct?
I got no problem with that.
Okay, so here's the point I'm saying. So then we can actually look at the manuscripts and see that the white man did not change nothing to confuse us. Because when we look at the original manuscripts, guess what they say? The same things are say today.
That's what I'm trying to show you. The original manuscripts that's his like what they call it when you do writing in class. So you saying the manuscripts? So are you saying the manuscripts are tampered with? Is that your point? I'm saying the manuscripts are written by them. Our information.
Okay, so then,
they take that information.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I literally have to go. So I'm just trying to get clarity real quick. So are you saying then, and I don't care what you're saying, I just want clarity. Are you saying then that, for example, whatever person in the Bible you could think of, are you saying that they didn't actually write the book that's ascribed to them?
Most likely, the people that's written in the Bible did not write none of this stuff, but they're attributing the people
to those people.
The people, they wrote it
I got the point.
Into those nations as well.
I got the point. So here's why, and I'm gonna leave after this, but this is why I've been saying since I came up here, bro. And again, I ain't got no problem with you. You seem a cool brother, but you a non-believer. You don't believe, bro.
I do believe. I believe in truth.
You just said that you don't think that the people who wrote the book, according to the Bible, actually wrote the book. You also said that you don't believe that when it says God did this, that he actually did it. You also don't believe that God wrote on the stone when the Bible says he wrote on the stone. You don't believe nothing that it says, but you keep saying that you're a believer. You're not.
I'm saying whoever actually wrote the book, even the original manuscripts of these books, they were enemies to Negroes.
Okay, now you just made a statement. I actually study the manuscripts. That's literally what I do. That's my area of expertise. I'm a manuscript study. So here's my question to you.
That's why I mentioned the manuscripts.
So based on what you just said, do you have any at all, just a speckling of proof to what you just said? Because I know what you just said is false. Can you prove what you just said?
Yeah. In fact, I just can't. It's not me that just can prove it. It's people that speaks like.
Bro, you don't got to tell me all that. You got the floor right now. Tell me how you know that the people who wrote the manuscripts was enemies to our people. Right now, just do it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one example, and I ain't trying to just mention no names, but since you asked me that,
go ahead.
Lex Vortex is a good example to prove that this out the blue. Yeah.
Brother, I asked you about the manuscripts. Do you even know what that is? I'm not being funny. Do you know what the manuscripts are?
You talking about? Listen, the original, these the Septuagint, all that.
No, brother.
All those books, even before those books, as you say, people would say before those books, there's a lot of the books is probably not even as old as they try to say they are. But yes, it say all those other older books, all those books.
Bro, if you don't know, it's okay to say you don't know. I'm not mad at it. I asked you about the manuscript.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what? Okay, tell me a name of a manuscript. Give me a name of one. Give me a name of one manuscript. Give me one.
All the codexes and all those things that you're talking about.
No,
all that stuff.
No, I didn't say. I said, give me the name of one manuscript. Don't say. Don't.
That's
tell me
not even. Listen,
codex.
You can give me the name of that. That's not my expertise. I'm telling you.
So stop talking about it like you know what you're saying.
I do know what I'm saying. This book is written to dominate Negroes.
But I gotta go, man. I wish I could stay on and build with y'all, brother.
But you can use this same book. You can use this same book to free yourself.
All right, man. Shalom, volume, man.
Yeah, shalom, y'all. Peace, and even to you, brother. I ain't mad at you, bro. I just keep studying, man. You know what I'm saying? But shalom to the panel. I'll hook up with y'all next time. Peace.
All right, man. Right on, man.
Hey, you said that the Bible was written to dominate black people. So okay, let me ask you.
I didn't say black people. I said Negroes. I didn't say black people. I said Negroes.
Black people. Okay, y'all. We're saying the same thing. So can you show
Not
me
really.
where it's wrong? What principles are wrong that black people should not follow?
Okay, one of the principles that the Israelites teach that they should not follow is believe that they are cursed because they're not obeying this Bible.
No, wait. How can you follow that? No, that's not a principle.
Let me be more specific. Let me be more specific. To believe that
name a commandment that's in the Bible that we should not follow.
I'm about to be specific. I'm gonna give you something better than that.
It's specific.
To teach that the Negroes are cursed because they don't obey the God of the Bible or the God of Israel. That is wrong, and that's not right.
Hey, I didn't. You ain't answering the questions. What principle or what commandment or law in the Bible should we not follow?
I just said it. When they tell you to obey the God of the Bible, obey the God of Israel, we should not obey that commandment because the God of Israel is inconsistent and he's trying to trap us into thinking that we're cursed because we don't.
So we shouldn't keep no commandments. Is that what you're saying?
We should keep commandments, but we should keep righteous commandments of our ancestors.
So hold on, hey, 10 commandments. Hey, 10 though. Check it out though. But this is the thing though. It's not that we are realizing that we're cursed after we read the Bible. You know, a lot of people, we already know that these conditions is something that our people experiencing at an alarming rate. That's
but why?
Down. It's just
why?
It's just that when we read the Bible, we actually we discover that what we complain about and what has been known to be our statistics is actually outlined in the curses.
It's a system. Yes, because the devil did that.
But it says that those curses are only happening to us when we don't obey the law, statutes, and commandments that he has, and it's evident.
But no, the reason why these curses happening to people, that's what I'm saying. The reason why these curses are happening to Negroes, some of them, not all of them, is not because they're not obeying the Bible, it's because a system is down here to keep these people oppressed, to keep Negroes oppressed, and to keep Negroes lost and confused, and to not know who the true living God is, which is in us. That's why we're cursed, or experiencing some curses or some misfortunes. It's a system that's been designed to do that, and these people that's running this system keep pushing this Bible, making us think that this Bible is 100% true and it was written by our people.
No, but the Israelites say the same thing, but you're trying to say that the Israelites shouldn't teach that. You just said out your own mouth, there's a system that's held against us and that got us cursed or also known as in a bad position. So why would you're being a hypocrite? Either
I'm not being a hypocrite. Y'all being a hypocrite.
You just taught it.
I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm just telling the truth. A truth is not confined to the Bible. That's what y'all don't listen, man. Listen, when you see yourself greater than the Bible, then
the truth too.
Listen hold on. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something, man. I'm gonna show you something. until I accepted the fact that my mind and that I am and my soul is greater than the Bible, I was not able to really embrace the mindset that I have now. I'm I'm giving you the secrets of how I got to this point, and that I ain't coming down to be in bondage to no book like that, or to no Bible, or to no religion like that. My mind is greater. My mind is great. And that's another thing. Let me show you something else. Okay, go ahead.
What commandment or law should our people not do?
We should not obey the God of Israel. Except when what's in agreement with what our soul is telling us. If our soul agrees to that, okay, fine. We can because see the old people used to say you can learn from anybody. So you can learn from your enemies if need be.
Specific instead of just making a blanket statement. He asked
because the God of Israel says to keep the commandments. So
okay, yeah, I'll be specific. Hold on, no. Commandments is too general. I'm gonna be specific. Don't covet your neighbor's wife. That's something but see, that didn't originate with the Israelites. That didn't originate with the Hebrews. That did not originate with them. So that principle has been around for who knows how long, probably 20,000 years or longer.
But
that's not secular.
We talking about you. You don't agree with that? You don't agree?
Hold on, no. I just get to know. He said no. You asked me which ones do I think we should keep. That's one that I think we should keep.
No, he said he asked what law. Yeah, he said what law should we not keep?
Oh, okay. We should not obey the God of Israel. I said that already.
No, you can't just tell us that. You got to give us a law.
Yeah, because the God of Israel
it's a law. It's a law to obey the. Hold on, man. I'm answering your question, but you're not
to keep the commandments. So which commandment? If you're saying don't obey the God of Israel, you're saying don't obey the commandments because that's what the God of Israel says. So that means you got a problem with the commandments. So my question to you is
no. I got listen. I'm about to tell you. I got a problem with the God of Israel trying to tell me that he created that righteous commandment and to obey it. I don't got a problem obeying the righteous commandment.
What commandment do you have a problem against?
You're not listening.
Not saying we know that you have a problem with obeying God, but what command?
It's a command to obey. It's a command.
You got to keep in mind, or at least pretend in your head that I got to take this information and teach it to somebody and convince them to put down the book. So I didn't
say anything about putting down the book, yo. I didn't say anything about putting down the book. I didn't say anything about putting down the book, though.
Excuse me. What they're going to ask me when you say don't obey the God of Israel. The God of Israel is in the front and to the back of the book, mentioned all the way through. So for you to say that you're going to be referencing that we shouldn't abide by this book and go
no, that's how you taking it. You're taking it the wrong way.
So
hold on. No, let me explain that. Then
the God of the Israel of God.
Don't assume, man. You assuming.
You follow the God of Israel. You're going to have to come up with a reason. And
I'm about to show you something.
Is his commandments, because that's the things that he's leading you with.
I'm about to show you something, man.
To be following him, then that means that we're not supposed to adhere to his leadership. His leadership is played out through the commandments. So, like what Akmalak,
that's a lie. That's what I'm trying to show you. That's a lie.
At the beginning, just be fair and don't take up too much time and just answer the question. Which commandment?
I'm about to tell you something right now, man.
Gave us that we should not follow. Don't say don't follow God.
We should not obey the God of Israel in reference to us thinking that he gave righteous commandments to us. The God of Israel didn't give that to us. Our ancestors had righteous commandments before we even was ever introduced to the God of Israel.
Do you have a problem with commandments or not?
I got a problem with the God of Israel lying, making us think that that's our God. Hey man, I'm trying to answer your question, man.
No, we're asking you because the God of Israel is without the law, statutes, and commandments. It's an idea. It's something that you can accept or you can ignore and live your life. A lot of people do not acknowledge the God of Israel. So what I'm saying is, what commandments do you have a problem with?
The main commandment that I got a problem with is the book trying to convince us Negroes that the God of Israel is the Most High and that He originated righteous commandments for us.
So
okay, you keep interrupting me, man. You won't even let me respond, man.
The question, and you just wasting time.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Let's get you back focused.
I'm trying to answer your question, man, but you keep cutting me off, man.
Can you give us a commandment?
I just did. That's a commandment, to believe in the God of Israel and to obey the God of Israel.
Hey, give us an actual commandment. That I know, but that brings you right back to where we started off. Is what is He commanding? And what do you have a problem with?
He ain't commanding that. Our ancestors commanded us to do what's right.
And listen, what commandment?
The commandment. This okay. Maybe I'm not okay. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let me answer this way. The God of Israel is the counterfeit. This is what I'm trying to show you. Even though the God of Israel is the counterfeit creator and source of all life, we still can learn from the counterfeit God. He's a counterfeit. He's the counterfeit creator. He's not the true source of life. So even though, hold on for a minute. I'm trying to show you something.
According to the Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments are either to be followed or ignored. You're saying that we shouldn't follow after God. God has given us commands.
No, see, you missing the point. You're saying it wrong, man.
What command can you convince me that that is negative, that would conclude that I should not follow after God?
Technically, we don't need to obey the Bible. We need to obey the God that's. I'm about to show you something. I'm about to even give you a easier and clearer.
I asked you a clear
battle axe. You won't let me answer, man, because you scared of my answer, man. Please let me answer.
No, I don't waste my time. I'm asking you a question, and I need you to answer the question. And I know when someone's not answering my question. Now I need you to answer the question.
You gonna let me answer the question, or you gonna cut me off?
I need you to answer this question with integrity.
You gonna let me answer the question?
Like if you ask me that question,
oh my God.
If you said battle axe, what reason why you think that we should keep the law? Follow after God. I would say, because we got 613 commands and things that we should follow after. Plus, we got the writings in there too that builds up the mind also. And you be like, oh yeah, can you give me one? I will be able to give you one in a hot second. But now I need you to be able to do the contrary.
You gonna let me answer the question or what?
I just need you to do the contrary.
You gonna let me answer the question?
No, I don't.
I'm not gonna take long.
Could you give it us? It's called word salad.
You gonna let me answer the question? Man, you gonna let me answer the question now? I'm gonna let you keep talking, man.
I need you to answer the question. I'm gonna ask you.
All right, Negroes. I'm decreeing today. Okay, I'm decreeing today. I'm speaking today. We Negroes do not need to obey the God of Israel. We need to obey the God of truth.
What law?
Hold on. I'm not even done. You interrupted me. Because we need to obey the God that's within us, the true and living source of power, the true and living force of life that's in us. Obey that. Forget about focus. We don't need to be.
People have already been obeying that, and we have people that have done a lot of different selfish acts that resulted in a lot of victims. So
you're lying. You're trying to wash away. See what you just did? You trying to wash away us depending upon the God.
With that being said, man, that's not even making no sense, man. Come on, what are you doing, man?
See how you cut me off, man? Because you fear this power. But see, why you fear this power, man?
Hold on.
You feel this power, man. You feel this power, man.
Hold on. But you're just saying basically just go off and just believe in yourself and what you want to do.
No, right? I did not say that. You're lying. You're lying. See, you can't even. You won't even.
That's yourself, I said,
right? We need to go off the God of truth, the God of. I said, listen. I said we need to go off the God of the force, the life-giving force, the power of truth that's already in us, and that's already in us, and the spirit of truth that's in us. We do not, which is greater than the God of the Bible. That's greater than the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible is a counterfeit.
There's gang members that their God is gangbanging and killing people. So should they go off of that? That's in them.
Man, you got people who hold on, listen, man. You okay, so what's your point, man? Because I didn't just say that. I didn't just say that. So if you want to attribute what I just said to people to gangbanging, then that's on you.
What are you talking about?
Then that's on you, man. That's on you. I'm gonna let you have that. You can walk away with that in your conscience,
here we
bro.
go, man. Matthew 22, man. You getting this? You're getting this today. Matthew 22.
Get what, man? There's nothing you can. Hey, I'm greater than that Bible.
Man.
You don't get it.
This
you
is
don't
what you
get
got
it.
a problem with. You got a problem with this one. And y'all shall said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, which you said we shouldn't do. And the second is
now
like
guess what?
Hold on. Thou shalt love the neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So you trying to deny the whole laws and the prophets.
Hey man, wake up, man. Wake up. You still sleep, man. Wake up. You said obey God with all your heart. It didn't say obey the Bible with all your heart. Get it right, man. Learn how to understand the Bible, man. It didn't say love. The Bible did not. You just read some scriptures in Matthew, right? That's the New Testament. It didn't say. It says love. It says love God with all your heart. It didn't say love the Bible with all your heart. It's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Y'all need to learn, man.
Man, you're insane.
It's not the same thing. You are not called to love the Bible above the God that's in you, and that's what y'all doing.
It says right here in Proverbs 3 and 5, man, trust in the Lord.
No, you just said that we shouldn't obey God.
And lean not unto your own understanding.
Trust in the Lord, right, with all your heart. It didn't say trust in the Bible with all your heart. Keep reading. I like to talk. Keep pulling these scriptures. Keep pulling these scriptures. I like what y'all doing.
Hold on. Then it says, lean not unto your own understanding. So if you're not to lean under your own understanding, that's another contrary. Then it's already automatically suggesting that you would have to go into some kind of source that's outside of you.
No, that's a lie.
You're
lying.
Deuteronomy 18 and 18.
It said trust in the Lord. Where's the Lord?
Source.
Hold on, you scholars.
Source.
Trust in the Lord means to trust in the God, the Lord that's in you.
It's not, because
it didn't say trust in the Bible. It didn't say that.
Deuteronomy 18, man.
It says lean not unto your own understanding.
Right.
That's the internal thing that you're trying to say we should go off.
No, it's not the internal thing. That's not the internal thing. The eternal thing that I'm saying trust in is trust in the Lord that's inside of you.
Whatever, you're fucking done. We're done. We'll pick this up tomorrow. This brother's out of his fucking mind. He has no idea what the hell he's talking about, man. You guys see what the devil what
Well, hey, can I get this Deuteronomy 18 and 18 real quick?
Yeah.
Battle Axe. It says, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto you, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I command him. And it shall come to pass that whoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him.
What
are you talking about, man? The Most High don't come down and talk to you. God don't come down and talk to you. If he did, tell me what he said.
That's right.
Are you a prophet? What's your prophecy?
That's right.
If not, sit back and follow what the prophet said.
Man, what happened? He left?
Man, I just booted his ass off. I'm tired of this nigga. Because he's gonna do this shit he's gonna do this all day. All day. He won't stop. I'm like, I'm done. I was like, man, I'll pick this shit up tomorrow. This nigga is a nightmare. I never seen a person like this on earth. Never seen this. God knows I am not lying. This is the first. Never seen somebody like that. But yeah, you know what I mean? Got to look at this as, man, like how sick our people has gotten, man. Our people have gotten real ill.
Well, he tried to deny the first and greatest commandment, man.
Yeah.
We shouldn't keep the first and greatest commandment. What?
That's how that proves you.
Bugging.
It proves you how sick our people have gotten. You know, our people, you know what I'm saying? We hit a dark real dark state of being, man. Like it says in Isaiah 60, man. You know, let me just get that just real quick. You see this? This is the truth.
Destroying our people, man.
Arise and shine, for your light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you, man. He said, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. You know, the ones that's going to be the most blinded and not is going to be the hardest to get through to is going to be the so-called Negro, going to be the so-called Israelite. I mean, so-called black man, also known as the Israelites. But the Lord shall rise upon you, and his glory shall be seen upon you. So long story short, we being recognized. God sees us. God sees all the work that we do, you know what I'm saying? Even though you sit here and you try to you wrestle back and forth with a non-believer that comes to strive and bring in confusion and rebelliousness. God, he sees it, and the stuff, you know what I'm saying? The stuff adds up to the weight of our crowns, man. We gotta keep up that good work. With that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and shut this down.
One more Battle Axe. Jeremiah 2, man. I gotta have it. I gotta hit it. Yeah, it says in Jeremiah 2:11, has a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? Question mark. Answer to that is no. But my people, like the brother 10 Commandments, have changed their glory for which does not profit.
Come
on, man.
That's the truth, man. For what does not profit, which is his own mind. We already
go off the God in you.
Yeah, that ain't brought up. That ain't brought
go off your moral compass.
That haven't yielded any notable beneficial results.
The truth in you. Everybody's truth ain't the same. That's why when volume of the books, when he came on here, he said something that was right. He was like, yeah, when you got two that's disagreeing, you got to go to that one thing that is the truth, and that's God. You don't go off of what because you both got a different understanding. Now you both come to a mutual agreement, which is what God says, and the word of God is here. It's not like we don't got the word of God. It's here.
That's right.
So like follow me.
Like you see right here on the screen, it says the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophesies which prophesies of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent them. Man, these people, man, they want to see God say something to them, but God sends the prophets in. They think that it's okay to go ahead and just disregard what we're saying, man. But they don't realize that when all these evils and these wars, you know what I'm saying, these pestilences touches their lives, then they're gonna realize, like, damn,
come on now.
That was the word of God that came through them dudes. And we messed up. So don't let's not be, you know what I'm saying, the bad end of this example. Let's go on ahead and take advantage and get that number of that 144,000, that 144K. You feel me? Each one of us, man, got our ticket. Don't lose your ticket. Don't let nobody knock you off the square. We already about here. We already about round the last stretch in this marathon. We about to get up out of here, man. All praises to the Most High Power, man. Cal halal ha'abah.
Thank y'all for having me on, man. Peace and increase to y'all, brothers, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for showing up, man. Thanks for showing up. We appreciate it. Shout out to OGBYG, Asiatic Lion, Naladina. Shout out to we had the brother Anonymous Hebrew yesterday. Still shout out to the brother because you probably listening. Shout out to Volume of the Book for participating. Even shout out to the crazy 10 Commandments. That brother on there, man, he be wiggling like the fish. That brother is a fish, you know. Shout out to everybody else, man, knowingly and unknowingly, mentioning and forgetting to mention. Shout out to Melanated Sister, Sister, and then Trident Finder. Shout out to Vortex Rap League, Battle Rap League. Shout out to the Vortex Battle Rap League. Don't forget to subscribe to the Battle Rap League. Battle Lax Finna Has, Akmalak Torah, Yao Sak, Ra'ah.
One Nation.
One Nation set apart. Yao Shahamashiach. And we out.
I discovered the 8 immortal kings of Samaria lived a total of 241.
Mushroom, did no portobello, orchestrate a classic violin cymbal and a cello. Rolling with my ox, we heavy, weighing down the shot. Learn from a shepherd, taught me how to manage flocks. Trying to trace the image like we play connected guys. They know me by the fruit, yeah, sorta like a mice. Juice from the vine, got me holding out my glass. Careers by the camera, always ending in the flag. You who would sign me up, I took the flesh and bound it up. Before the time is up, my people gotta line it up. Came up from the bottom, that's that Adam story, huh? Trusting in Yahuwah is a mandatory, huh? Got me fearless of the world, I'm prepared for what to come. That breath of everlasting hit my mind and not my lungs. There you go again, it's hell crazy for the scripts. Rather be clean than to stand in my filth.
Yahuwah get the praise every day, never. That's right. We speak the truth for real and have it bang like heavy. You can play it in your system every word you hear that. They try to get me on the wrong path and I'm like, once I'm on that straight and narrow, man, I'm never gonna slip. Got me read and write and pray all night, I'm all up in my scripts. Got that armor with me, you can't get me, you could take a pic. Got that sword with me and slice and dice, you might just get a stitch. You could show them all the proof, some people still just don't believe. But they trust in all they riches, think it's all about the cheese. A decree from Yahuwah, they gon' burn with they money. Repent, turn to Yahuwah, stay humble, but stay hungry. Hungry hippo, you just might end up with zero. For worshiping De Niro and making paper your hero. And I know you wanna hear more, cause this is big facts. From the Natty to Atlanta, man, this is where we at.
Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down.
As I say, praises going up and blessings coming down. You see love going up, that's when haters come around. He said to cry and spare not, but they don't make a sound. Hunting down the lost sheep, cause for Yahuwah I'm around.
Yeah, sheepdog, all we keep is these laws. History in the hieroglyphs, the truth written on these walls. See, we've been cursed by default, still be blaming Esau. Bruce be out your nuttier than cashews and pecans. Still need an excuse that they can lean and they can
can leech on. Face the size of mustard seeds, I still got the Dijon. It's only to his kingdom that I pledge my allegiance. We out here in the field is total recon. Facts that we can speak on, truth to touch and teach on. Trying to make it back to Eden like the river Pison. The fact is we got evicted imitating snakes, and now we gotta seek his face to reach our first estate. No wait,
Yeah, I need you to hold me. Devil was trying to mold me, put my flesh into subjection. I know we want to control me, but I say Yahoo, I praise you still. And I'm riding steady now, took off them training wheels. Look how good maintaining feels. I'm speaking to your soul, trying to get you free. While you smoking on that exotic, I'm trying to get you tree. That tree of life, hope that suffice. But homie, is you riding? Remember, y'all flying this plane, so you better respect my pilot. But with a lot of them guys, that's something they won't do. They trying to say they self, but they jump with no parachute. No saving, just better fruit. Receive what the Father give you. Get a glance of his kingdom. He painted the perfect picture, but what you gonna do with it? You gonna bask in his presence or act a fool with it? I'ma watch from afar to see if you with it, while I'm maintaining my strides, cause I can't lose with him.
Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down. Praises got me up, demons ain't gon' have me down.
Once was drier than a raisin, now I'm like a tub. Way too much water in the scriptures, you should open up. Kodesh, Ruach falling like a bird dove. My hands up for Yahweh, I should tuck a thumb. All white garment, fresh vanilla, fire in my bones like chicken on the grill resting. Hope you grabbed on that bar, bench presser. We should come together, lock tight. Hairdressers, know my father got my back. I don't see the pressure. Law be on my cerebellum, steaming like a tea kettle. Never spoke Torah and riddles. That's coincidental. Wrote it in a book, straightforward, mechanical pencils. Broken spirit crying out, I'm very sentimental. Bad truth and sell it out, he keep that oil with him. On the highway to having few mechanic issues. Gotta endure till the end, hope I don't blow my engine. Yeah.
We give him blessings, honor, glory, and power be to him that sits upon the throne and to the Lamb forever and ever, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that share button. One Nation Set Apart, man. We almost out of here, my people. Last stretch. Kwam Yashabala.
At Arizona State University.